All right, this is Zakir Hussain, physics faculty once again. Sorry about the technical difficulty we have, but we are back online. So I was telling about what kind of chapters you will be like seeing in these paper and what you can expect in the next paper as well. So just a quick review because we don't got time. We have to start the solution as quick as possible. So here's a simple summary that geometrical optics and wave optics is kind of like a very important. You got like a three question in this paper, and we are expecting they are going to ask further again. And prison question, it's like they're stuck with every kind of every shift nowadays. It's kind of feels like that way. So if you're watching for your next paper, which is going to happen tomorrow or maybe on the 28th, make sure you do the geometrical optics as much as possible. I do not leave the semiconductor. Overall, I will say for the mains, you don't have to go into the depth concept, just be at the surface level, just do the formula, and make sure you make the short notes and revise it as much as possible, because believe me, some of the questions are so easy. You can do 20 attempts within 45 minutes. Do you know how big it is? You can save time to invest the time in the maths, which is much lengthier. And if you do this thing, you can easily score somewhat 150, 160 if you go with that strategy. Now that is regarding just about the physics. Now I will welcome Komal ma'am for the chemistry.
Hello, my amazing JEE aspirant. This is your chemistry mentor Komal ma'am. And let me give you a quick review about the today's paper. Again, the chemistry was very easy for today's shift as well. Easy to moderate, we can say. Now, solution, two questions came from the solution. Like in every shift, we are looking one question from solution, one or two. So this time also, two questions came from the solution. Coordination also give you a good number of questions. And then next, we talk about the chemical bonding. Chemical bonding, we expected 2 to 3 questions this time as well in this session. So these are some of the topic which is repetitive in each and every section, right? Now, let me give you a very quick review for the April session, I must say, that what you can expect. Now, sometimes in this session, you might have heard your friends must have said, no, chemistry was difficult, no, chemistry was difficult. Let me tell you, chemistry was not difficult. We can say in some of the manner, chemistry was lengthy. But if I talk about the concepts, so concepts were really, really, really basic on the NCRT basis. So concepts were very easy. Now, why your friends are calling them difficult question? Because only the one question, suppose there are so many statement, like this time statement mind question we are looking. So in statement question, like in coordination, they have crafted the question in a manner, the entire CFT they have asked in one question. Like, yeah, similarly in yesterday's paper, one organic question you have to talk about the amides one or reactions. Similarly, they have asked about the grams. So here we have seen that organic plus little physical have mixed. Organic and physical is mixed. So student felt little uncomfortable, but still I'm saying that was easy. That was not difficult. So those students who are telling you the paper was difficult or lengthy, so no, it was not lengthy. Concepts were really basics. You need to be really cool and calm minded to solve such type of papers. And I really say, yes, this is the question paper which is deserved by JEE Mains aspirant. Understood? So if you are really preparing for such exam, you should expect such things. And for the shift, sometimes we are looking afternoon shifts are little much more lengthy and difficult than the morning shift. So that is good part also. Why that is good part? There the cutoffs will be low and the deserving candidates will get the seats, right? So that is also a positive part. Don't take tensions about this. So let's quickly move on to the mathematic subjects. Let me invite the math sir.
Thank you, ma'am. Okay, dear students. So the review about the today's maths paper is just simply it is same as like the previous the shift. So whatever student wrote same as like this one. So till now all the shifts are came as easy to moderate only, but a little bit lengthy. So here those all who are going to write the exam in the next upcoming days, like it means 28th and today's evening shift, I will suggest you or I will give you one guidance that just simply whenever you feel that physics or chemistry any part is coming difficult or it is lengthy to solve, then once go to maths also, because you might feel that this time maths is coming easy comparative to last year. Okay, so it might be easy for you to solve, because sometimes if you stuck with the physics chemistry, because many students are stucking or taking the more time in physics and chemistry, and they are not getting enough time to solve the maths paper. So whenever you feel that physics chemistry questions are lengthier as compared to as you think, okay, by seeing the PYQ, then one see your maths paper also, because in maths paper generally questions are easy, taking little bit time, so sometimes you might be comfortable with the maths portion. And if we talk about the today's, then it is same as like the 21st morning and evening shifts. It means like it is average, and but some questions are taking time, but some questions are very easy also, that you can do same as formula base or within 1 minute. Within 1 minute also you will be able to solve. Okay, and in short time we are going to start. Our team is ready. Okay, now chemistry I will start the first. Okay. 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 By the way, I forget to share with you one more thing also. You need to be just simply, one more thing is common, that whatever sometimes in these all the January shifts exams, questions of the topic wise it is repeated. It means suppose somewhere they are asking the question based on the relation, that is the based on symmetric and transitive, that same type of the question they are asking. Today also one question they ask about the range, same as the period shifts. Okay, so and today also one question came from the modulus function with the quadratic equation, that was the January first shift. That same type of the question already came. So it means for you these shifts papers also be important, that once you need to go through it, because same pattern type of the question, at least 2 3 questions are repeating in every time. Okay, and this time from the vector 3D, two three questions came from the vector 3D. From the integration one question came, that was like where you need to assume log x as t. Okay, then that was of the form e power x into fx plus f dash x. That was the one question which we got till now. There are many other also. If I tell you, there was the one question based on the binomial theorem, binomial coefficient properties only. Okay, there was the another question based on trigo also, where you need to use the formula cos theta cos 60 minus theta cos 60 plus theta equal to 1 by 3 cos 3 theta. Okay, that was easy also only. And till now, uh, in this complete shift, whatever questions they are asking from the trigonometry, they came easy only. Okay, now I welcome to MVK sir. Sir, join us.
Thank you, sir.
Now you continue, sir.
Yeah, thank you, sir. So in today's 24th January morning shift paper, coming to the chemistry part. First of all, myself, MVK or Vamsi Krishna, and I am a senior chemistry faculty in Resonance Institutions. Coming to today's 24th January morning shift paper, it is actually like a breathtaking moment, like to just to feel like a little happier, because yesterday's the morning and evening both papers, even in chemistry also, it was above moderate, and tricky questions were there. But in today's paper, by God's grace, like we can say that some of the questions are very very direct forward questions are there. So hope all our students might have done very well. All the students, all the best, whatever you are preparing for JEE exam, JEE main exam, any shift you are going to give. Understand, believe in one thing, that out of the 25 questions, majoritarily 7 to 8 questions will be very very direct forward questions in chemistry. There is no other subject like in chemistry where theoretical questions will be asked. Direct theoretical questions will be asked without any formulas, without any concepts, calculations, etc. Right now, so straight you know the fact, you will able to answer it. Such type of questions 7 to 8 will be there. Please understand it. And particularly for this part, you can encash from inorganic chemistry by going through the NCERT textbook. Already I told, again I am telling you, the trio chapters, periodic table, chemical bonding and coordination compounds, all together. Okay. So altogether, from inorganic chemistry, from these three chapters alone, you will be getting a 5 to 6 questions. 5 to 6 questions is not a simple point, right? Whatever your primary cutoff is there, so that itself can be covered from whatever chemistry part cutoff is there, that all very easily you can score it. Keep in mind one thing, every student mandatorily has to get 100 to 110 marks, because at around these marks only cutoff will be there. So 100 to 110 means you have to put as a first milestone in your mind, that is 120 marks. So if you are scoring 120 marks consistently in the mock test, then you may land up at 110 marks, right? So to get these 110 marks divided by 3, every subject should score at least 35, 37, 38 marks, around 40 marks, let us assume. So for the 40 marks, I am telling you, from the periodic table, one question, chemical bonding, one question, coordination compounds, 2 to 3 questions, and a D and F block also definitely one question will be coming. So altogether 5 to 6 questions, 6 into 4, 6 4s are 28. So 28 marks you will be 24 marks, sorry, 24 marks you will be getting from these chapters alone, and whatever the rest of 12 marks need to be obtained, one can be coming from atomic structure. Very simple question they are asking, like in majority of the shifts they have asked about Bohr's model, right? Bohr's model, velocity or orbit number or energy of the particular orbit, like they were asking. And one time photoelectric effect was asked, one time isobars, the question was related to isobars was asked, but majority it was from the Bohr's model. And another question you can add from colligative properties, right? So solutions, colligative properties, concentration terms is already over in a mole concept, right? So therefore, if you focus on these 4 colligative properties alone, that itself is sufficient to score one question, right? So it came to 8 questions already. So another chapters, if you want to include from physical chemistry also, organic chemistry also, GOC is one part where 40% of organic chemistry will be dependent. In this GOC part, 3 to 4 questions can be expected. Today also, in this shift also, there was one question based on GOC concept in comparison of stabilities and all, right? So if you are even selectively preparing all these chapters as a first target, first milestone, then also you will be scoring up to 120 to 130 marks. After that, every chapter you add will add you 4 marks into your marks bank, right? Now marks account, that you can easily get it into 140 to 150 marks. Generally what students, the mistake will do is, they will put all chapters in front of them and will be preparing, touching all the chapters, so that perfection will be missing in all the chapters together, right? So if you are stick to some particular chapters first and then move on to the next chapter, add one more chapter, then definitely even an average student also can do. And this we have experimentally, we have seen also this point in our training programs, right? So now I welcome our senior most faculty from physics department, Raghavendra sir, to start with a question discussion and analysis. Please, sir.
Yeah. Thank you, sir. Good noon to all of you. I'm ready now to discuss the paper of the first session, whatever was being conducted today in the morning. Let us start with first question. I hope the students who have written in the morning, they have done very well. And this discussion will be helpful for those students who will appear in the evening session or who will appear on 28th. So in front of you, first question is there. There is a spring having a stiffness constant 15 Newton per meter, and it is cut in the ratio 3:1. For this type of problem, let us go for Young's modulus of elasticity, y equal to F by A delta L by L. Why? You know, M by delta L is K. So it is K L by A. So your K equal to Y A by L. If you have a spring having a spring constant K, it will depend upon Young's modulus of elasticity, cross-sectional area, and its length. So K equal to YA by L. Now you are cutting it in two parts in the ratio 3:1. It means that 3x plus x, 4x, the L larger wire, you can check from here, this is L, so x equal to L by 4. Now you will be taking 3x, 3L by 4, and L is smaller is simply x, this is L by 4. They're asking you spring constant of a smaller length. If I will go for K is smaller, YA by L is smaller, YA by L is smaller is L by 4. So it will become 4YA by L. Your YA by L is K. So you got it 4K, 4. K they have given you 15 Newton per meter. 4 into 15, this will become 60 Newton per meter. Let us check. Your answer is number 2. To answer 60 Newton per meter for a smaller one. If you'll go for bigger one also in one line, you can get here at the place of L by 4, you'll have to write it as 3L by 4. Anyhow, they have asked you a spring constant for a smaller one. Answer is 60. Now, let us move to next question. Directly concept-based question. Matrix it is. Match the following you have. You should know the basic concept or basic definition of all these. X-ray. You know, this is the second elder brother in the family of electromagnetic wave. After gamma radiation, X-ray is the most powerful, having wavelength ranging from 0.1 angstrom to 100 angstrom. X-ray will be produced when fastly moving electrons will be either deviated or will be stopped by metals usually having high atomic number, high atomic weight, high melting point. So you have to just see from where you are getting X-ray. Fastly moving electrons is striking the metal plate. The A answer is S. Clear to you? Next is infrared. You know that infrared hot bodies will be radiating. The infrared, whose you can consider wavelength will be more than visible light. So you will have infrared from where you are getting hot bodies and molecules. So this will be P. Microwave will be produced by magnetron. So here it will be R. Radio waves will be produced by oscillatory current in antennas. So this will be Q. Your answer will be for A, S, B, P, C, R, D, Q. A, S, B, P, C, R, D, Q. Your answer will be number 2. Pure concept-based question. If you know the definitions of these, how are they being produced, in 30 seconds you will be writing the answer. Next now, move to third question. Once you check, for the given AC circuit, find the power factor. Power factor is R by Z. You need impedance, total impedance of the circuit. What they had given you, let us see. XC, you have 150 ohm, and R 60 ohm, XL 70 ohm. You want net impedance of the circuit. You know that it is RS square plus XL difference XC squared. So this will be equal to R 60 squared plus XL 70 difference 150 squared. So you will have now Z will be equal to under root 60 squared plus 80 squared. So Z will become 100 ohm. 864, 636, 64 plus 36, 100. Root will be taking 10, 10 already is out. All these you can do. Some calculations you should do in the brain. Your speed should be fast. So you got Z 100. Now you need power factor. Power factor cos phi. You will have R by Z. R is 60, Z is 100, 0.6. 0.6 means 0 cancel 2 3 times, 2 5 times. It will be 3 by 5. The answer will be 3 by 5, number 4. Clear? Simple. Basic formula, if you know, you are going to get the answer. It is from AC power factor. Now we are moving to next question. In hydrogen-like atom, ratio of speed in two orbits is 3:2. They are asking you ratio of energy. You know that speed is proportional to 1 by n, and energy is proportional to 1 by n squared. So here V1 by V2 is n2 by n1. Now this will become, you can check here, they have given you 3 by 2. It will become 2 by 3. In hydrogen-like atom, ratio of speed in two orbits, so V1 by V2 is n2 by n1, 3 by 2, so this will become 2 by 3. Am I right? So now if you go for E1 by E2, the E1 by E2, this will become n2 squared by n1 squared. So this should be 4:9. This should be 3:2, means 2:3. I think that it will be 2:3. If you want to tally it, then this will become 3 by 2, and then this will become equal to 9 by 4. Your answer will be 9:4. Clear to you? It should not be, if 3:2 you are taking, your answer is 4:9. Here it is 9:4 because V is proportional to 1 by n, energy is proportional to 1 by n squared. Okay, so E1 by E2, n2 square by n1 square, n2 by n1 is 3 by 2. Then if I am taking 3 by 2, 2 by 3, then 4 by 9 it should come. Answer given anywhere is not that. Answer is 9:4, means it should be 2:3. Now let us move to next question. You have a voltmeter of 400 ohm resistance is in parallel with 100 ohm resistance here. So here first you get R equivalent. 1 by R equivalent, 1 by 100 plus 1 by 400, or 1 by R equivalent. This will become 400. This is 4 plus 1. R equivalent 400 by 5. This is 80 ohm. The total R, how much you are getting? your R equivalent is 80 ohm, and if this 100 ohm is in series, so plus 100 ohm, you are getting 180 ohm. Now, how much current will flow through this circuit? Your current flowing will become V by R equivalent. Your V is 9 and R equivalent is 180. So you are getting 1 by 20 ampere. Now they are asking you what will be the reading of voltmeter. Means they are asking you PD here. From here I current is flowing and here R equivalent is 80 ohm. So voltmeter reading, this will become equal to I into R equivalent you have taken here. So this will become 1 by 20 into, you have 80 ohm. So this will become 4 volt. Answer will be 4 volt. Answer will be number 4. Now let us move to next question. You have 3 uniformly concentric charge cells are kept as shown. 1 second. Yes, they are asking you potential of each cell. This is electric potential from electrostatics. You know, in a shell, if charge is being given, then electric potential at any point inside the shell and on the surface it will be equal, and it is 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught q by r. If you have, I will show you separately better. If this is a shell and here or on this surface if charge is q, then and this is r, then V will become K, you take KQ by R. Either you take this point or you go inside. Inside any point it will be same because every point inside will be equipotential. If you go at any point outside at a distance r, then it will become KQ by R. This is outside and this is inside. Simple concept we are going to use for this. Then now I'm concentrating on this named A, and they have named it as B. This one they have named at C. I hope that this is Q1, Q2, this is Q3. Now at A if you go, then due to Q1, it will be K Q1 by A. If you go on this due to second one on which charge is Q2, it is inside Q2, inside the second cell. So due to this here, it will be K Q2 by B. It is inside. And if you go for Q3, due to Q3 on A, it will be KQ3 by C. So you will have KQ1 by A plus KQ2 by B plus KQ3 by C. This will be VA. So VA will be equal to KQ1 by A due to this, due to Q1 charge, due to Q2 charge, KQ2 by B because it is inside second shell, and due to Q3, KQ3 by C because it is inside third cell. Now, I want to go on the intermediate second cell. We want to find electric potential on this. Then due to inner cell here, this point is outside at a distance B. Then due to inner cell charge Q1, if I go for VB, then this will become KQ1 by B because second cell is outside B is greater than A. And due to Q2 charge, this will become KQ2 by B because it is on the surface of second cell. And due to third Q3, the second one is inside. Because it is inside, so it will be KQ3 by C. So this will be KQ3 by C. So check where is the answer. If I take K by B common, this part will become Q1 plus Q2. So KQ1 plus Q2 by B plus KQ3 by C. This is electric potential on intermediate shell having radius B. And now let us go for electric potential at C. For C, for these two, they are inside, means any point on third one will be inside, means point C is completely outside first and second cell. So for this particular problem, you can consider all the charges to be concentrated at the center. Then it will become K Q1 plus Q2 plus Q3 whole divided by C. Or separately, if you want to find out, then due to inner cell, it will be K Q1 by C. Due to intermediate cell, it will be K Q2 by C. And due to third one, it will be K Q3 by C. So Vc will become K Q1 plus Q2 plus Q3 by C. So let me write here Vc will be K Q1 by C plus K Q2 by C plus K Q3 by C. K by C you have taken common, Q1 plus Q2 plus Q3. So answer will be number 1. Okay. So few questions I have discussed. Now my other colleague will be coming to discuss other subject. Okay. Thank you for today.
Good afternoon, all students. Myself, Vamsi Krishna, Senior Chemistry Faculty in Resonance Institutions. So, as per the questions we have seen from chemistry part, like in every session, first in introduction part, whatever the comparison, the trend we are discussing, in lines to the same trend, now the questions were asked in today's paper also. So, try to follow the initial part of every session, every shift paper discussion. In that discussion, all the expert faculty are giving important information, right? So going quickly into our questions now. First question is on organic chemistry, and it is a question coming from the nitrogen containing compounds, or we can say aromatic compounds. Aromatic compounds. What is the question is all about is he has given the diazonium salts, benzene diazonium salts are given, and asking the stability of these benzene diazonium chlorides when different groups are present, right? When different groups are present. So we know that the stability of benzene diazonium chloride can be increased by electron releasing groups and will be decreased by electron withdrawing groups. That means what is the order you can say is N2Cl, N2 plus Cl minus, electron releasing group more stable than not having electron withdrawing group is also better. That is hydrogen. Hydrogen is a neutral. That means neither withdrawing nor donating like, right? Na? And then next is N2Cl, N2 plus Cl minus with EWG groups. So this is the stability order. So based on this fact, what you can say, who is the group which is electron withdrawing, sorry, electron donating first, electron releasing. This is electron releasing group, positive mesomeric effect group. Therefore, D should be highest in stability. He has given increasing order. So let us, we also take the similar order. So D greater than, hydrogen is better than cyanide and nitro, because cyanide and nitro are strong withdrawing groups. Therefore, C will come better than. Between B and A, cyanide is stronger but little less stronger in comparison to NO2. Therefore, having cyanide is comparatively better than having nitro group. So, in this manner, A less than, B less than, C less than D. So, this first statement, first option itself is the correct answer, right? So, going to the next question, this question is also looking like organic chemistry only, particularly it is from a haloalkanes chapter. Haloalkanes and haloarenes chapter. So, what is this question all about is, he has given in list 1, in column 1, he has given names, and in column 2, list 2, he has given structures. So, it is something like we have to match which alkyl, which halide is of which structure, right now? So, vinyl halide is the one in which halogen should be attached to sp2 carbon, right now? sp2 carbon, that is 2. So, A should be 2. A should be 2. Allyl halide we know na, vinyl is this one. CH2 double bond CH is what? Vinyl. And what is allyl? Allyl is CH2 double bond CH, CH2. This is allyl. So, if I put chlorine here, vinyl chloride, bromine here, vinyl bromide, amine here, vinyl amine. So, in the similar manner here also, allyl halide, allyl alcohol, like different compounds you can say. So, allyl halide means there should be carbon-carbon double bond with an sp3 carbon to which halogen is attached. So, that is option B will come to 1. Then option C, benzyl halide. Benzyl halide, benzyl group itself is this one. Benzyl group itself is this one. So, this benzyl group, if we put some halogen here, it will become benzyl halide, benzyl chloride, benzyl bromide, benzyl iodide, benzyl amine, benzyl alcohol, like any compound you can say. This much part is what is we commonly call it as benzyl, right na? So, benzyl halide means fourth option na? So, there is a benzene and sp3 carbon is present. This is actually, this is a carbon, we call it as benzylic carbon. To the benzylic carbon halogen is attached, then it is benzyl halide, benzylic halide. So, therefore, option C matches 4. C matches 4. And obviously, D should match 3, and that is correct also, because aryl halide, aryl is what? This one. So, directly to the benzene, one of the carbon, if a halogen is attached, that is what is called as aryl group or phenyl group. So, this aryl or phenyl is what? C6H5 group, phenyl. Understanding, na? So, simple point only. It is there in the NCERT, in the starting introduction classification part of haloalkanes and haloarenes. So, from that the question was asked, right now? So, sorry, this is C, then D, D is 3. So, A should be 2. So, this and this can be cancelled. B should be 1. C should be 4. So, this also can be cancelled. C is 4, D is 3. So, option 4 is the correct answer. Right now? Very simple question, right? Everybody might have understood it. Na? Now, another organic chemistry question. Again, this question is coming from nitrogen containing compound. Understand this point. They are stressing a lot on nitrogen containing organic compounds. Any shift you see, even previous 2025 April shift also, till the questions are running in my mind, so many questions asked from the nitrogen containing compounds. So, please complete this part, whatever nitrogen containing organic compounds is there. Nitro compounds, cyanides, amines, diazonium salt. Very important. Definitely questions will come, right? So, there is some compound A that on Stephen's reduction, it gave compound B, SnCl2 plus HCl followed by hydrolysis. You know it, right? This is Stephen's reduction. Stephen's reduction. So during Stephen's reduction, a cyanide will be partially reduced to aldehyde. So here you will be having an aldehyde. And now this aldehyde, it should be some cyanide, right? Na? Cyanide. Now this cyanide into aldehyde is done. Now this aldehyde is treated with a oxidizing agent. Need not be strong also. Even mild oxidizing agent also can oxidize aldehyde to carboxylic acid, carboxylate salt, which is later on protonated to carboxylic acid, RCOOH. Now to this RCOOH, you are doing alpha halogenation, right? So you are getting this compound. That means what I can understand is this should be some compound where this is the alpha carbon on which chlorine should be present. That means this compound is CH3, CHCl, COOH. Just to check the molecular formula, 3 carbons are there, C3, and how many hydrogen? 3, 4, 5. H5, 2 oxygens and 1 chlorine. This is what exactly this compound he has given. So if you have to get this propanoic acid derivative, you should have propanoic acid here. So propanoic acid means it is a propanaldehyde. So to get a propanaldehyde, propane nitrile you have to start with. What is the propane nitrile here? That is option 1. Understanding? Na? So very easy question. Interconversion only. Generally interconversion questions are more challenging, but this question is comfortable, right? Easily can be done. And again, I am stressing you the same point. Whatever the reagents are there in NCERT, try to list down, write on one paper and try to by heart them which reagent, what is the function. That is much more than sufficient, right? Now 60-70% of organic reactions related questions comfortably you can able to do it, right? So this is the answer. Then next, coming to next question, which of the following compounds contain 3 unpaired electrons? He is asking about 3 unpaired electrons, and chapter name is also mentioned here. It is about coordination compounds from magnetic properties. That means he is just asking how many unpaired electrons are present. Means just to identify, recognize whether it is paramagnetic or diamagnetic in nature, right? Na? So magnetic property he is asking, and it is an easy level of question, right? So understand it. If it is easy, still you are feeling some challenge in solving it. Literally to say that there is a concept deficiency, try to realize that point, that prepare more. There is no other alternative, there is no other shortcut. You have to do better preparation. That's it, right? So coming to these compounds, this is not a coordination compound, but still this is also given along with the other coordination compounds. V2O5, in V2O5, vanadium is in +5 oxidation number. Actually, vanadium atomic number is what? Scandium, titanium, vanadium, chromium, right? Na? 23 is the atomic number. So from the 23 atomic number, its electronic configuration is D3s2, but vanadium is in a +5 oxidation number. Therefore, all the 5 electrons are removed here. All the 5 electrons are removed. So when all 5 electrons are removed, then what will happen? D0, S0. There are no unpaired electrons. Directly from 23, atomic number comes to 18, right? So 0 unpaired electrons are present in V2O5, vanadium oxide, vanadium pentoxide. Then coming to TiF6 minus scandium, titanium 22. Titanium 22 is the atomic number. Therefore, it is a D2S2, but oxidation number of titanium is +3. So if you remove 3 electrons here, it comes D1. So 1 unpaired electron is present in this complex ion, right? So next, he is asking from COF6 4 minus. So cobalt atomic number is 27, right? So from the 27, it is a D7S2, but cobalt oxidation number is a +2 here. So if you remove 2 electrons from here, you will be getting it as a D7, that it will be. So there are 3 unpaired electrons here. So this can be the answer. Let us confirm by solving the 4th option also. So in 4th option, iron is there. Iron atomic number 26, D6S2, and oxidation number is +3. So remove 3 electrons, that it will become D5, and it is a strong field ligand, right? Cyanide is a strong field ligand, therefore whatever the 5 unpaired electrons are there, 2 of them will be paired, right? So one will be paired with this one and another one will be paired with this one, that it will come to like this. So here also one only unpaired electron is present. So in this manner, this is also with a one unpaired electron, but this is the one with a 3 unpaired electrons. Therefore, you can say third option is the correct answer if he is particularly asking for the compound with a 3 unpaired electrons. And understand one thing, these are only the memory based questions. Some options, some formatting in the question, lines, any difference can be there with the original question. So once NTA releases the official test paper, again we will be having the discussion that original questions will be discussed. Slight differences can be there with the original questions from these questions we are discussing today, right? So next question again from organic chemistry, which of the following compounds will give positive tolerance test? Positive tolerance test. Who will give tolerance test? Tolerance test is used to recognize primarily an aldehyde from ketone. To distinguish between aldehydes and ketones, we use a tolerance test. And aldehyde means this is an aldehyde. So therefore, A should give. And B is an alcohol. It will not give. C is actually, it is a hemiacetal. Hemiacetal. Hemiacetals also will give tolerance test. Why, sir? Why hemiacetals will give tolerance test is because hemiacetal in presence of tolerance reagent will become an aldehyde. Hemiacetal will get hydrolyzed to become aldehyde. Hemiacetal is something, same compound even if I take also. So this will be broken down, that you will be getting it as gem diol, right? Now this gem diol, here another alcohol will come, that is another point. So from this gem diol, when dehydration happens, you will be getting an aldehyde. This is the aldehyde which is responsible for showing tolerance test. This is the concept we actually discuss in biomolecules as hemiacetals and aldehydes, open chain monosaccharides and cyclic hemiacetals will be reducing the tolerance reagent. The same is the point he is asking. So remember that hemiacetals also will reduce the tolerance reagent. So this is to some extent this is a very good option. The students who have strongly prepared for this concept can able to do. Therefore little moderate it is to say. It is not very tough but not easy also. It has to strike to the student at that time, and this is a purely ketone, so it also will not give the reaction. So answer is option A and C. Where is A and C? So this is option A and C. So this is the question, and going to the, yeah, this is all from my side, chemistry part. And now I welcome our another senior faculty from mathematics department, Vijay Kumar sir, Vijay Sagar sir. Yes sir, please.
Thank you, sir. Okay, dear student, now we move to mathematics portion. Okay, so our first question is from the Trigo chapter. Okay. And this one is easy only, and same type of the question already came in this January attempt also. Okay, so they are asking value of root 3 cosec 20 degree minus sec 20 degree divide by cos 20, cos 40, cos 60 and cos 80. Okay, so first we convert this one in terms of sine and cos. So root 3, this cosec can be written as 1 by sine 20, this is 1 by cos 20, and further I am taking the LCM. So when we take the LCM, what will get in numerator? Sine 20 degree into cos 20 degree will be the LCM. Okay. Then here root 3 cos 20 degree minus sine 20 degree. In denominator, what we have? Acha, by the way, in denominator we have cos 20 degree, cos 40, cos 60, cos 80. Out of these, cos 60 already we know, that is 1 by 2. Then we have remaining cos 20 degree into cos 40 degree and cos 80 degree. Okay. Now, here first we talk about the denominator. If I consider this one as theta, then this one is the 60 minus theta and this one is 60 plus theta. Okay, so cos theta, cos 60 minus theta, cos 60 plus theta, that is cos 3 theta by 4. Okay, otherwise you can use cosine product series also. So finally its value is 1 by 8. Okay, total value is, this one is 1 by 8 because cos 3 theta, cos 60 by cos 60 by 4 and cos 60 is 1 by 2. So 1 by 2 by 4 is the 1 by 8. So denominator what we got? 1 by 2 and this one is 1 by 8. So 1 by 16 is the denominator value. In numerator, here we have, I am going to divide by the root a square plus b square by 1 by 2. So if we divide by 2, root 3 by 2, then cos 20 degree and minus 1 by 2 sine 20 degree. Okay. Then we need to multiply by 2 also. Then in denominator we have sine 20 into cos 20, that can be written as sine 2 theta by 2. So sine 2 theta will be sine 40 by 2. So this 2 become 4. Okay. Now this can be written as cos 30 and this is sine 30. So cos A cos B minus sine A sine B cos A plus B. This numerator is cos A plus B, 30 plus 20 is 50. Okay, and cos 50 and cos 40 both are same. So in numerator we have 4, in denominator we have 1 by 16 and finally what we got? 64. So answer of this question was 64. Now coming to next, okay, same type of the question came in 21st January shift also. There was data only got changed. There was the plus sign, here you have minus sign in modulus. Number of solution for x belongs to R. Okay. For this equation, again this is the question from the FM, or you can say that quadratic equation, and this is also easy only, but it takes time. It means it will be little bit lengthy because cases wise you need to solve. So I'm going to make the cases. If we put these modulus equal to 0, from here we are getting 4, from here we are getting 1. So 1 and 4. Okay, I'm going to solve this one in 3 parts. So first case, when x belongs to minus infinity to 1. Okay, minus infinity to 1. In this interval, these both modulus are negative. So I'm going to change the sign. Minus of x square plus 4x minus x plus 1 minus 2 equal to 0. Further, if we simplify, I'm taking minus also common. So here x square plus 3x, I took minus common, minus 3x, minus 1, I took minus common, so plus 1 equal to 0. Value of x is minus b, plus minus root b square minus 4ac. 9 minus 4 is 5 by 2. Okay, now root 5 is 2 point something, so here we are getting either 5 point something by 2 or 3 minus 2 point something, that by 2 will be 0 point something, and we need the answer in this interval. So as 3 plus root 5 by 2 will be greater than 1, so our only answer which lies in this interval is 3 minus root 5 by 2. Okay, this is only 1. So in this interval we got one solution. Okay, now for the next interval which we are going to solve, that is x belongs to 1 comma 4. In the interval 1 comma 4, this x minus 4 is negative and x minus 1 is positive. So here we change the sign, minus x square plus 4x, and here sign will remain same because it is positive, x minus 1 minus 2 equal to 0. If we take minus common, then x square plus 5x, but as we took minus common, minus 5x, and minus 3, but we took minus common, so plus 3 equal to 0. If you find value of x, what we are getting? Minus b plus minus root b square minus 4ac, 25 minus 12, that is equal to 13 and by 2. So one value is 5 plus root 13 by 2 and other is 5 minus root 13 by 2, but actually we can include only those value of x which lies in the interval 1 comma 4. Okay, now root 13 is approx 3 point something. So first one, if I choose plus sign, we are getting 8 point something by 2, it means 4 point something, that is greater than 4. So out of this interval, Second is 5 minus root 13. It is 3 point something, so 5 minus 3 point something, 1 point something by 2 will be 0 point something. That also does not lies in this interval. So both are going to be rejected. Now the last case when x is belongs to last interval, that is 4 comma infinity. For 4 comma infinity all are positive. I'm going to open these modulus as it is. So x square we got minus 4x and plus x, that is minus 3x, then minus 1 and minus 2 minus 3 equal to 0. I'm going to get the value of x minus b plus minus root b square minus 4ac, 9 and 12, that is equal to 21 by 2a, that is equal to 2. Okay, now root 21 is 4 point something, 3 plus 4, that is equal to, okay, root point b square minus 4ac, 9 and 12, root 21, and this is the value 3 plus root 21. Now when we find the 3 plus root 21, root 21 is equal to 4 point something, 4 point something plus 3, that is equal to 7 point something by 2. 7 point something by 2 will be less than 4, but actually this is the reason, 4 greater than 4, 4 to infinity. So 3 plus root 21 by 2 does not lies in this interval, and 3 minus root 21 by 2, obviously it also not lies. So here both are rejected. It means we got only one solution. Okay, so number of solution of this equation is 1 only. Now coming to next question. Okay, so this is the question from the trigonometry where the cot x equal to this one. Our chapter is the trigo. So, and it is easy also, because just you need to make the pair. Here you are going to get sine a plus b or cos a plus b, sine a minus b, cos a minus b formulas. So first if I compare sine a cos b, sine 7x cos 13x by 2, and cos a sine b, cos 7x into sine 13x by 2. Sine a cos b plus, sorry, minus sign, because when we multiply both minus comes, minus cos a sine b. So what we are getting that pair, sine a minus b, 7x minus 13x by 2. Then further when we multiply sine a sine b, and this is cos a cos b. Okay, if you multiply these two and these two, cos a cos b and plus sine a sine b, that is cos a minus b formula. A is 7x and b is 13x by 2. So 7x minus 13x by 2, what we got? Just simply sine x by 2, and here we got cos x by 2. Now we need just simply value of the sine x by 2 plus cos x by 2. X range is pi to 3 pi by 2. And here we need the range of, x is pi to 3 pi by 2. It means x lies in the interval third quadrant only. Okay, and cot x equal to 5 by 12, and we need value of this one. Okay, if you cot x, can we get this one? Actually we have a formula that 1 plus sine x is equal to sine x by 2 plus cos x by 2 whole square. So sine x by 2 plus cos x by 2, that can be written as root over 1 plus sine x. I just need the value of sine x. Okay, cot value is 5 by 12, 5 here, 12, and this is equal to 13. Now what do you want? Value of sine x. As x lies in third quadrant, sine is going to be negative. So what we are getting? Minus 12 by 13. We just put the value here, 1 minus 12 by 13, and finally we got 1 by root 13. Okay, this was our answer. Now coming to next, consider 10 data such that, okay, so this is the question from the statistics, and this one is average only, not easy but moderate. Okay, consider the 10 data such that their mean is 10. Okay, so number of data n is equal to 10, then mean mu is also equal to 10, and variance sigma square equal to 2. Okay, further what they did, if one of the data is alpha is removed and new data entry is beta is inserted. Now new mean is 10.1 and new variance is 1.99. So what they did, they just replace one data alpha with beta. So in this case, new mean, mu n is equal to, that is equal to 10.1, and new variance, let me write sigma square days, or n is equal to 1.99. Okay, now what we need, value of alpha plus beta. Now we move to n equal to 10 and mu equal to 10. Can I say sigma xi, that is equal to n into x bar, what we are getting 100, and sigma square formula, sigma xi square by n minus mu square, that is 100, equal to 2. What we got, sigma xi square by 10 equal to 102. Okay, so these values we got from the given data. Now in case of new data, when they replace alpha with beta, we use the formula new mean. What will be the mean? Sum of all the numbers. So sigma xi, this is the sum of previously all the number. From this one, we remove the data which we are going to change alpha, and we add the new data which we are inserting beta. This is the new sum by 10, and what it is equal to 10.1. Now sigma xi, that we got 100, so it is 100 minus alpha plus beta is equal to 101. From here we got beta minus alpha equal to 1. Okay, so this is the value of beta minus alpha. Now we use this sigma square formula. So what it is, sigma xi square. Now this is the sum of square of all the data previously, but from here we remove the alpha, so I will write minus alpha square, and we added beta, so we write plus beta square. This is the new sigma xi square by n is equal to still 10 minus x bar square. Now this time x bar is 10.1 whole square equal to 1.99. Okay, now sigma xi square, that what we got, sigma xi square by 10, from here we got 102. So sigma xi square by 10 is 102. Then here I am writing this one as beta square minus alpha square. In denominator what we have, 10. This 10.1 whole square plus 1.99. Now to remove these decimal, I am multiplying with 100. Then what we are getting, this become 10200 plus 10 times beta square minus alpha square, and this will be 101 square, and this one is 199. Now just simply if you find, you will get 10 times beta square minus alpha square is equal to 200, and beta square minus alpha square is 20. If beta square minus alpha square is 20, we factorize it, beta minus alpha into beta plus alpha. Beta minus alpha is 1, and what will get, beta plus alpha, that is equal to 20. Okay, now so here answer 2 was the correct. Now coming to next question. Okay, so this is the question from the sequence AP. Did they use AP only? Yes, they use AP only. Okay, so sequence and series, and topic is our AP. And is this easy or what? It is easy only, but how, when you proceed it might take time. Okay, so first consider an AP. A2 minus A1. A2 minus A1 is what? D. D is equal to minus 3 by 4. Okay, one data we have. AN equal to 1 by 4 times of A1. So AN is what? A plus N minus 1 D. And D, what we have? Minus 3 by 4. So I am putting the value of D equal to what we have? 1 by 4 A1. A1 is A. Okay. Now I am writing this sum to right and this one to left. A minus A by 4 is 3 by 4 A. And this term came to right, 3 by 4 times N minus 1. 3 by 4 cancel. A equal to N minus 1 we got. Okay. Then further, is there anything else they give? This one, Sn, sigma I equal to 1 to n, Ai is the A1 plus A2 till An, it means Sn only, and Sn equal to, they give 525 by 2. What is the Sn formula? That is n by 2 into 2a. 2a, a value I am replacing in terms of n, so that we get the value of n. So twice of n minus 1 n by 2 2a plus n minus 1 d, n minus 1 as it is, and d is what? Minus 3 by 4. It is equal to 525 by 2. Okay. Now in these two, n minus 1 common, 2 minus 3 by 4. What we got? 8 minus 3, 5 by 4. So finally, here it is 2 minus 3 by 4 is 5 by 4. 5 by 4 into this one. So we got 5 by 8 n into n minus 1, and that is equal to 525 by 2. Okay. 2 to 8, 4 time cancel. 5 to this one, 1, 0, 5 time cancel. So we got here n into n minus 1, that is equal to 420. N square minus n minus 420 equal to 0. If we factorize, n minus 21, n plus 20 equal to 0. We got two value of n, one is 21 and other is the minus 20. Obviously minus 20 is not possible. So from here we got n equal to 21. If n is 21, then we got a also. What is the a? A is equal to 20. We got n, we got a, and what we need? S17. S17 is n by 2, 17 by 2, 2a, that is 40, plus n minus 1, 16, and d is minus 3 by 4. Okay. If we cancel, then it is 4 time cancel, minus 12, 20, 40 minus 12 is equal to 28, 28 cancel by 2, 14, 17 into 14, and what we got? 238. Okay. So this was the question from the sequence series, AP topic only. Okay. Now the next question is from integration. By the way, obviously, when you start the integration of this function, first thing only comes in mind that ln t you do something. We use ln t, we use the substitute ln t as with any other variable, v or x or y, anything. Okay, so our chapter is the integration, and this one is also easy only. Now I'm assuming first this ln t as v. Okay. Now I'm just using substitution. So if we differentiate, what we are getting? 1 by t dt is equal to dv. Okay. Then here this function or integration, first I'm writing 1 minus sine v divided by 1 minus cos v. And dt can be written as, in terms of v, dt is equal to t dv, but obviously we cannot write in terms of t, so value of t from here, t is equal to e power v. So what it is? E power v dv. Okay, so dt value I am replacing from here, that is e power v dv. Now this is the question of the form e power x into fx plus f dash x. Okay, so I e power v as it is, 1 minus sine v. Sine v I am writing as 2 sine v by 2 into cos v by 2. And in denominator 1 minus cos v, that can be written as 2 sine square v by 2 into dv. Okay. Then e power v. This one, if we divide by this, 2 cancel, 1 sine cancel, cos by sine is cot. I am writing with minus sign also, so minus cot v by 2, and plus 1 by 2 sine square, 1 by 2. Sine square in numerator become cosec square v by 2. Okay, into dv. Now it is e power v. If this one is the fv, then this is f dash v, because when we differentiate we'll get same only. So what we are getting? E power x into fx plus c, e power v into fv, what it is? Minus cot v by 2 and plus c. Okay, so here we got the integration. Again we replace v in terms of t, so I'm writing this function ft. Ft is equal to e power v. V is what? V, what we have? Ln t. So e power ln t is t. Okay, then minus cot v by 2. V is what? Ln t. So it is ln t by 2. and plus c. Now to get the value of c, they give something f e power pi by 2. So I'm just replacing t with e power pi by 2. If we replace t with e power pi by 2, ft is equal to minus e power pi by 2 equal to t is what? E power pi by 2. This minus came out and quote t is e power pi by 2. So ln e power pi by 2 is pi by 2. Pi by 2 by 2 is pi by 4 and plus c. Quote pi by 4 is 1. Now both become same, cancel, and we got value of c equal to 0. Okay. So our function is ft equal to minus t quote ln t by 2. Okay. So this is our function. This one only. Now what actually we need? F e pi by 4. So we put t equal to pi by 4. So f e power pi by 4 minus e power pi by 4 ln e power pi by 4 is pi by 4, pi by 4 by 2 pi by 8. Okay. So here what we got, that is equal to root 2 plus 1. So when we multiply, which option we are getting? That first one only. Okay. Now coming to next question. This was easy but lengthy. Now coming to next question, this is from the again chapter sequence and series ZP question. Okay, so from the sequence series you got the two question this time. Chapter is the again sequence and series ZP only. And what about this question? It is easy or what? Actually, easy only. By the way, in this complete January session till now they didn't give any difficult question from the sequence and series. It means sequence and series is going to be important to get the marks also. Just simply if you are good with the notes, it still be fine for you. Consider a sequence. That sequence again I am writing 729, that can be written as 9 power 3, then 9 power 2, 9 power 1, 9 power 0, 9 power minus 1. That is the sequence we have. What is the Pn? Pn is the product of first n terms of this given sequence. Given sequence is Gp and Pn is the product of n terms. Okay. So when we multiply the n terms, like sequence Gp na, so I'm writing first term A, second term AR, then third term AR square, so on. And nth term will be AR power n minus 1. So when we proceed, A power n comes, then what will be the power of R? 1 plus 2 till n minus 1. So n minus 1 into n by 2. This is Pn only. Okay, then finally we are getting A R power n minus 1 by 2 whole power n. Okay, now I'm going to put the value of A and R here. What is the A value? A is 9 power 3. And what is the R value? R value is 1 by 9. Okay. So 1 by 9 power n minus 1 by 2 whole power n. Now further, if I write this one as 9 power minus 1 will multiply. Then finally what we are getting? Total power I'm going to add. 3 here we have 9 power. And there what we have? 1 minus n by 2, because that will be 9 power minus 1. So minus 1 got multiplied. 2 LCM 6 and 1 7 minus n. Okay, so what we got? 9 power 7 minus n by 2 whole power n. Okay, so this is the Pn. Acha, Pn, this 9 can be written as 3 square, then 2 also got cancel out, and what we got? 3 power 7 minus n whole power n. Okay, now what actually we need? We need Pn power 1 by n. Okay, so from here Pn power 1 by n, this power 1 by n, that n got cancel out, and what we got? 3 power 7 minus n. Okay, so here we need sum of this sequence whose general term we got, and we need sum of the sequence. So I'm just going to put n equal to 40, 1 to 40. If I put n equal to 1, then we are getting 3 power 6, n equal to 2, 3 power 5, 3 power 4, so on. And what do you want? Sum of 40 terms. So A 3 power 6, then 1 minus R, this one by this, that is 1 by 3, power n, number of terms. How many terms we have? 40, by 1 minus R, 1 by 3. Okay. Now 3 power 6 here. 3 power 40 is the LCM. 1, 3, 3. This is 2 by 3. Then we take the LCM. Acha, 2 by 3. 3 came in numerator. This 3 power 6 become 3 power 7. And here 3 power 40 is the LCM. So 3 power 40 minus 1. In denominator we have 2 and that 3 power 40 also came. Okay. Further, if we cancel, what we are getting? 3 power 40 minus 1 divided by 2 into 3 power 40 minus 7, that is equal to 33. Okay. Now, if we compare, value of alpha is equal to 40 and beta is equal to 33. Now, what we need? We need value of alpha plus beta. 40 plus 33, that is equal to 73. Okay. Now, coming to next question. Okay, so this is the question from the matrices. Number of matrices A of order 3 by 2 such that, okay, so our chapter is matrix and this is also easy only. Number of matrices A of the order 3 by 2 such that all of its element are from the set -2, -1, 0, 1, 2 such that the trace of A into A transpose is 5. Okay, so as we need to find the total number of matrices possible A, so first I am assuming A. Its order is 3 by 2. So let me take A, B, C, D, E, F. Now we need trace of A transpose. So I am going to find first A into A transpose. So this is A, B, C, D, E, F. When we write A transpose 2 by 3, A, B, C, D, E, F. Okay, when we multiply these both, I just need only trace, so I do not need to find all the element. What we are going to find just only principal diagonal element. Okay, so first element A11, first row into first column. So what we are getting? A square plus B square. Now this only matters, this element doesn't matter. So A22, second row, second column, C square plus D square. By the way, here you are going to get sum of square of all the term. A33, third row into third column. What we got? E square plus F square. Okay. So what is the trace of A transpose? That we can see A square plus B square plus C square plus D square plus E square plus F square. That sum need to be 5. Okay. Now see A, B, C, D, E, F. I will just find total number of ways so that this sum is 5. This is the only question. Now it comes to PNC. A, B, C, D, E, F can be anything from -2, -1, 0, 1, 2 only. It means what is the maximum possible value of square of any element? That can be 4 only. Okay. Maximum possible value of each individual element can be 4. Okay. So first case, when any one is 4, because sum we need 5 na? Any one is 4 and out of remaining 5, any one is 1 and all remaining will be 0 only. That case I am taking. So first case is out of these 6, 6C, 1. First I selected any one. Suppose A square we selected. Now this 4, this one is 4. If A square is 4, then for A we have two options, +2 or -2. So this is now 4 sum is over. From these remaining 5, I need any one as 1. So out of these 5, I am selecting any one, 5C1. Suppose B square we selected. Now this B square has to be 1. So for B we have two options, either the +1 or -1. Okay. Now remaining all has to be 0. It means for remaining we have only one option. So in this case, how many ways we got? 12. And this is 10. So what we got? 120. Now the second case, when first I took that when anyone is 4. Okay. Now next possible can be 1 only. So out of these 6, any 5 are 1 and remaining is 0. That is the other possible case. This was the case 1 and now we are writing case 2. Out of these 6, I am selecting any 5, 6C5, whose square is equal to 1. So suppose these 5 are 1. If these are 1, for A how many options we have? 2, +1 or -1. For B also 2 option. For C +1 -1 2 option. For D +1 -1 2 option. For E also +2 -1 2 option. So 2 power 5. For all these 5 we have 2 option. Then for remaining f, we have only one option. Now in this way, if we calculate, then 6 into 2 power 5, that is equal to 32. So what we got this one as 6 into this one 18 and 192. Okay. Now we just add both. So what actually we are getting, that is equal to 312 only now. Yes. Okay. Okay, so this was the maths for now. Now I request you, sir, to join us.
Hello students. So let us come to the second set of physics solutions. So as many students are telling from the past few sessions of JEE that the calculations are a little bit lengthy. So the same way today also there are a little bit lengthy calculations in some of the questions. But today we'll see how to avoid the time wasting of that such calculations. Okay. So if you are seeing this question, this is an SHM equation, SHM based question, where a cylinder is a standard question which we'll see in all the books. There is a cylindrical block of mass m and cross-sectional area A. This is floating in a liquid. So in equilibrium condition, let us assume that small h height of that block is inside the liquid, and let us assume the total height of the block is h, mass given is capital M, and density of the liquid they have given it as rho, density of the solid is not necessary. So in equilibrium condition, mg will be balanced by the buoyancy force which is acting upwards, which is nothing but rho ah into g. So this is the equilibrium condition of the block. Now they are telling that the block, if it is pushed by distance x, if this block is pushed by distance x, the buoyancy force acting on the block is little bit increased. So the buoyancy force which is acting upwards, which will be rho a into h plus x into g minus mg, will provide the force that F is equal to ma. So here in equilibrium condition, mg is balanced by rho a h into g. So m into a, so acceleration and displacement are in opposite direction. So ma will get it as minus rho a g into x. So if we are seeing acceleration, we'll get it as g by m into x. So acceleration is directly proportional to negative of its displacement. So the constant of proportionality will be omega square. So omega square we'll get it as rho a g by m. So the time period we'll get it as 2 pi root over m by rho ag. This is the standard question which is available in all the books of SHM. So answer will be 2 pi root over m by rho a g. So if we are seeing the chapter is SHM, topic is time period in different cases. Next, coming to this question, they are asking the work done. This is also a time consuming question because of calculations. And I'll tell you a trick where we can avoid little bit time wastage in calculations. So here there are 3 masses which are separated by a distance of 20 meters. And now the distance between them is increased to 25. They are asking the work done. So if you are seeing the work done, we have to, there is an attractive force between the 3 masses. We have to do some positive work to increase the distance from 20 to 25. So if you are seeing the initial energy of the system will be minus g by distance is 20 into, there will be 3 sets of masses, m1 m2 plus m3 m2 m3 plus m3 m1. So here we'll get 300 into 200 plus 200 into 400 plus 400 into 300. So this is the initial potential energy of the system, and let us calculate the final potential energy of the system. So the final potential energy of the system will be, the distance is now increased from 20 to 25. So it is 25, and if you are seeing, instead of writing all these things, these values will be repeating here. So again, we have to avoid time wastage in such questions. No need of writing the data once again here. So if you are seeing here, this will be roughly 20. If you are multiplying numerator and denominator by 20, so this will be minus 20 by 25 times ui. Okay, so if you are comparing initial potential energy with the final potential energy, we are getting it as minus 4 by 5 ui. So the work done will be difference in potential energy, which is nothing but ui by 5. So if you are calculating and simplifying, we'll get the answer as 1.7342 into 10 power minus 7 joules. So this is how we can avoid wastage of time in the calculation. Instead of keeping on writing the same data, repetitively writing the same data once again, so we can avoid the time wastage in the calculations. So if you are seeing the chapter is gravitation. Topic is potential energy of a system. Next, coming to the next question, they have given 3 different charges located at 3 different points in the coordinate axis. They have mentioned the coordinate axis also. Charge 2q is placed at 0, minus 3a. And one more 2q is placed at 2a, 0. And the third charge, minus 4q, is placed at minus 2a, 0. So the potential energy, the dipole momentum or moment of the charges is given by q into r bar. So for 2q charge, so we can add the total dipole moment of the system, which is nothing but P1 plus P2 plus P3 bar. So the dipole moment of the first charge, which is nothing but 2q, is placed at 0, minus 3. So 2q into minus 3a j cap. This is charge into the position vector, plus the second charge is 2q, which is placed at 2a. So 2q into 2a I cap plus the third charge. The third charge, if you are seeing the diagram, it is minus 4q, which is placed at minus 2a I cap. So this will be minus 4q into minus 2a I cap. So if you are simplifying this, we'll get 8qa plus 4, so 12qa I cap minus 6qa j cap. So if you are seeing the options, third option is matching. So if you are writing down the chapter is electrostatics. Topic is dipole moment. So here we are not facing so much calculation problem here. So this calculation is also simpler in this question. Next, this is a magnetic dipole placed in a external magnetic field, and they are telling that the torque experienced by this magnetic dipole in a magnetic field, torque formula is m cross b, which is nothing but mb sine theta. Okay. And students, this is what we were discussing, how to avoid time wastage in the calculations. So if you are seeing magnetic field is 800 Gauss, and no need of calculating and simplifying the equation. So sine theta, if theta is 30 degrees, torque it is given, they have given that the torque acting is mb sine 30, so which is nothing but mb by 2. Don't try to substitute the magnetic moment and dipole magnetic field the values. So directly we will get mb is equal to 32 into 10 power minus 3. Now they are asking the work done in slowly moving the dipole from a stable equilibrium position to unstable equilibrium position. So in stable equilibrium position, magnetic moment and magnetic field and dipole moment will be 0 degrees. So potential energy will get it as minus mb cos theta, so minus mb, and they are taking the dipole from a stable equilibrium position to an unstable equilibrium position. So in unstable equilibrium position, magnetic dipole moment and magnetic field will be in opposite direction. So UF will be mb. So the work done will be 2 mb. mb value we know it is 32 into 10 power minus 3. So work done will be 64 into 10 power minus 3 joules. So coming to the chapter is magnetic field. Topic is magnetic dipole placed in external magnetic field. Okay, so this is how we can reduce the time wastage in the calculation. So no need of substituting, and if you are seeing the magnetic field is also given in CGS units. Okay, so instead of keeping on substituting and wasting the time in the calculation, so mb by 2, so 2 mb, we can substitute 64 into 10 power minus 3 joules. Next, coming to this question. So this chapter is RBD. Topic NLM and application of tau equal to I alpha. So they are suspending 450 grams and 300 grams with the use of a pulley, and they are telling that the 450 gram is displaced by 81 centimeter in 9 seconds. So we know S is equal to ut plus half at square. It is released from rest. So the displacement traveled, they have given it as 81 centimeter. So 81 is nothing but 0.81, which is equal to half a into time, they have given it as 9 seconds. So from this acceleration, we'll get it as 0.02 meter per second square. So if you are seeing the 450 gram will be falling downwards, and both are connected with the same string. So both accelerations will be same, and this pulley will try to rotate anti-clockwise. So tension will be different, and we have seen the formula. Acceleration of the blocks will be m2 minus m1 into g by m1 plus m2 plus the extra inertia, which is nothing but I by r square, will be getting added into the denominator, because that mg force is trying to rotate the disk also. So if you are substituting all these values, m2 minus m1, and be careful that it is given in CGS unit, we have to convert into SI unit. So if we substitute these values, we'll get the answer as 74.25 kg meter square. Next, coming to this nuclear physics. Chapter is modern physics. Topic physics. So here they have not given assertion reason. They have just given that whether the statement 1 is true or statement 2 is true, or both are true and both are false. So if you are seeing binding energy per nucleon graph, so it will be somewhat like this. So binding energy per nucleon, they have given that in the statement 1, binding energy per nucleon always increases with mass number. That is false. So the binding energy per nucleon increases a little bit, decreases after some atomic number. So statement 1 is false. And statement 2, if you are seeing, binding energy per nucleon for smaller mass number performs nuclear fusion. That is correct. So always heavier nucleus performs fission reactions, and smaller nuclear will perform fusion reactions. So if you are seeing, statement 1 will be false, statement 2 is true. So statement 1 is false, statement 2 is true. So option 1 will be the correct answer. So in this second part, we have seen that majority of the students are telling that the calculations are lengthy, but we have seen 2-3 questions where time wastage can be avoided in the calculations. Okay, so let us come to next. Let us give it to ma'am. Okay.
Yes, let's continue with chemistry. Yes, students have to read the questions thoroughly, keep this in mind. And most of the questions were statements questions, and the students felt it lengthy because they have to read the statements and conclude it faster. So let's start chemistry. Yes, this is the question 1, which is physical chemistry question. And of course, it is simple one, not too much of calculations. So here he has given us question related to colligative properties. So the topic is solutions, and it is a colligative property, and the colligative property here asked is osmotic pressure, and it is 12th class question, and the question is said to be moderate because it is involving mole, combining two moles. Let's see, two solutes are considered, A and B, whose mass is given as 0.3 grams and 0.9 grams respectively. Molar masses of A and B are also given as 30 and 90 respectively. So in order to calculate osmotic pressure, we know that pi is equal to mRT, where m is the molar mass. Here is given you two solutes. So let us combine the two solutes into the solution and find the total concentration. To find the total concentration, we have to find total moles first of all. How do you find out total moles? We should know total moles by considering the number of moles of the first one, which is given as 0.3 by 30, 0.01 moles. Similarly, second solution, whose mass is given as 0.9 grams, molar mass is 90, 0.01 moles. So totally 0.02 moles are present, and these 2 moles, 0.02 moles are present in 100 ml, and he is asking us the osmotic pressure of the total solution. So let us calculate molarity. Molarity is 0.02 divided by 0.1. Why? Because it's 100 ml. When I convert into liters, moles in volume in liters is 0.1. R value is 0.0821. You should know that because the pressure here is considered, is asking us in atmospheres. So R value should be taken in liter atmospheres, and temperature is given as 300. So when you solve this, we roughly get 4.9. So if it is an integer form question, you can write it as 5 atmospheres. So of course, students should know that R value cannot be taken as 8.314 because R value is not provided in the question. So let's go for the next question. This is a physical chemistry question, okay? Let's go to the next question. This is a D block elements question, and it's inorganic. Here we have the topic involved in the D block here is potassium dichromate. Potassium dichromate acts as an oxidizing agent. In acidic medium, it oxidizes iodide to iodine. You can see the change. Each iodine loses 1 electron. He is asking the X as the number of moles of electrons exchanged per mole of iodine. So formation of 1 mole of iodine involves loss of 2 electrons. So therefore, X will be 2. Similarly, he is asking us when conversion of a sulfide, hydrogen sulfide, to sulfur, change in oxidation state -2 to 0. So how many electrons are lost per sulfide ion, or during formation of 1 mole of sulfur is again 2. So y is also equal to 2. And the question is x plus y, which is very simple, which is 4. So let us go with the option 3. It is considered as an easy question because he has already told the products. Usually when the products are not given, students will have a confusion how or to what extent iodide is oxidized, and similarly sulfide, to what extent it is oxidized. But already the products are given, only have to see the oxidation number changes. So let us consider this to be an easy one. Let's go for the next question. Here is again a chemical bonding chapter. The chapter involved is chemical bonding, and the topic involved is Vesper theory because he's involving shapes of molecules, and on the basis of the hybridization too. And of course, it's a simple matching one. and you can definitely do so. We have also considered to be an easy question. Today, the chemistry paper was easy one. So students can do on an average about 18 to 20 questions. Here, IF3 molecule. Here, IF3 molecule is a T-shaped molecules. You have iodine, sp3d hybridization with 2 lone pairs. So we have here sp3d hybridization with the T shape. Here this is wrong actually. So you have here sp3d hybridization. All right, so A should be 2. I will eliminate first option. I have to consider second, third and fourth. Now let's go for the next one. IF5, it's sp3d2 hybridization with square pyramidal. So B4, let me go for B4. So I'll eliminate these two. So my option will be 3. All right, so it's BRF5 or rather IF5 they have given. It's square pyramidal. So simple matching, so students can happily eliminate the options and continue it. So that is also an easy question from chemical bonding. So let's go for the next question. Now this is coming with from organic. This is also a simple comparison where we are comparing the stability of alkenes. Alkenes are stabilized by hyperconjugation. By seeing the alpha hydrogens, we can conclude the stability. Now let me see in the first structure how many alpha hydrogens are there. Here you have methyl group. Here also you have a methyl group. Here also you have a methyl group and a hydrogen. So 9 alpha hydrogens over here. Coming to this, you have here methyl, 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 and methyl. 12 alpha hydrogens again. Coming to this, we have here CH3 and CH3. Therefore, 6 alpha hydrogens. Here also you have CH3 and CH3, 6 alpha hydrogens. So the debate is, let's go with the second option, which is second structure, which is said to be more stable. And we have only one such option. So students can pick up 2 greater than. Next is 1 greater than. Now between third and fourth structure, where both of them contain 6 alpha hydrogens, we have trans structure more stable compared to cis, because the 2 methyl groups are away, the repulsive forces or the van der Waals forces will be away lesser compared to the cis configuration. So we have 3 greater than 4. So option 1. Is it not a simple one? Yes. Now let's go for the next question. The correct order of stability of the following species. This is again an order. Almost all the questions which are asked in the form of theory are also simple. The GOC is the topic, general organic chemistry. Only on the basis of the groups attached to the benzyl carbanion, one can decide the stability of the carbanion. Here, you know, a negative charge will be more dispersed if there is a withdrawing groups. So let me see where they are withdrawing groups. Nitro group, every student will go first to the nitro group. We have minus M effect, strongest among the given groups. Next, we also have a cyno group, which is also a withdrawing group. Electron withdrawing group, that is minus M effect. Then again, we have lone pair containing group, which is a plus M effect, but halogens have greater minus I compared to plus M. Of course, that is also a withdrawing group. Next, we have a benzyl carbanion, which is not substituted with any group. So let me see, and you have one more here. There are 5 structures given, and this is a plus M effect group. So now it will flush electrons. So that will be definitely less stable, because the density of negative charge on the benzyl carbanion will be more. Yes, so D should be least. Now I'll pick up the option where D is least. Unfortunately, I have 1, 3 and 4. All these 3 options having D in the least. So now let me pick up. And you know that A is the most with strong withdrawing group. So E should be having highest stability. Then comes another withdrawing group, that is C, that will have next highest stability compared to the next group. Here, B is having no group. It's an unsubstituted benzyl anion. But here we have again a withdrawing group, minus I, which is more compared to an unsubstituted benzyl carbanion. So let me go with A. Whenever there is a withdrawing group, the stability will be more. That means minus M greater than minus I greater than unsubstituted greater than plus I greater than plus hyperconjugation greater than plus M. The least priority I would give for is plus M effect, and we have a plus M effect group here. And that is the reason we have put D as the least one. Now here, between the minus M, minus I and plus M, we have an unsubstituted benzyl carbanion. So we would put it in, fitting into this. So therefore, let me select the option which is in this order, E, C, A, B, D. So let me go for the option 1. So definitely this is said to be an easy one, only knowing the status of the groups which are attached to the benzyl at the para position, any student can happily arrive to the correct option. Now let me go for the next question. Yes, this is again an organic question, which is a POC question, practical organic chemistry question. We need to identify the functional groups or the gases which are liberated when certain reagents are added to the given compounds. Here, phenol is added with metallic sodium. Phenol has an acidic hydrogen. So definitely the gas liberated will be hydrogen gas. Of course, half mole, because phenol has one acidic hydrogen. Carboxylic group is treated with sodium bicarbonate. Carbon dioxide is a weak acid compared to carboxylic acids. So therefore, the gas released would be carbon dioxide. Phenol cannot replace carbon dioxide from sodium bicarbonate, but our carboxylic acids can do that. That is in fact a test for carboxylic acids. So therefore, carbon dioxide is liberated. Now he is asking us, what is the sum of the molar masses of X and Y? You know, molar mass of hydrogen gas is 2 and that of carbon dioxide is 44. Therefore, the sum is 46. And once again, the option is 1. It is definitely an easy question. Only thing students should know that the gases liberated are hydrogen and carbon dioxide. If that is known, answer is done. It is not a difficult one to add 2 and 44. Next, this question is also coming from an organic area. Here also they has given you some order. Once again, it's an ascending or descending order. This is the third question in the set 2, which we are doing in order based questions. The order of dipole moments, though it is an organic question, the topic is dipole moment. So I will consider this as chemical bonding, because chemical bonding may we have different concepts like hydrogen bonding and dipole moment, and also bond parameters, Vesper theory, valence bond theory, several units. So this theory, this unit which we are considering from this question is dipole moment. Dipole moment is a vector quantity, and you know that when we take the vector sum, not the algebraic sum, but the vector sum of the bond polarities, we will arrive to the dipole moment. Here we are given 3 compounds with one compound having 2 groups, and OH is a donating group. The flow of the electrons will be into the ring, and nitro group is a withdrawing group. So the direction of the polarity will be more towards the nitro group from OH. So definitely A will be more polar. So he has given us 2 options. So I can eliminate option 3 and 4 where A is not given the preference. A is given as preference in the first and second options. Coming to the next 2, you have the oxygen more electron donating compared to the methyl. Methyl is an hyperconjugated group, and moreover the polarity of OH. The dipole moment of paranitrophenol is 5.4 dBs, which is very high. Phenol is about 1.7 dBs, which is again lesser than that of 5.4. Greater is the electronegativity difference over here. Compared to the carbon sp2 and sp3, electronegativity difference is less. So roughly about 4.8 dBs will be the polarity of the toluene. So what is the order will I go? A, B, C. It's again first option. All right. So it is chemical bond based questions. Students will debate only between these 2. because they may think that the polarity is in the opposite direction and they may subtract it. If you are not doing that way, you will be correct. All right, so coming students, try to go on with such activity groups or deactivating groups, because in organic chemistry, this is asked, and based on that, a chemical bonding question is also asked in organic compounds. So try to get ready. So these are the set of questions from my side. We will still collect some more questions, and physics sir is there, he will continue. Maths sir is there, he will continue.
Thank you, ma'am. So now we'll see some more questions from mathematics, right? Let's see the questions. So in this questions also we have got some moderate to easy questions. All right, there is none of the question which is very difficult or very lengthy. We can say there are some questions which are moderate, right? Okay, let's start with this question. Okay, what is this question saying? Let a circle passes through a point A minus root 2 alpha comma 0 and B 0 comma root 3 beta and origin such that its radius is 4. Now if you look at these 2 points, right, these 2 points are one lying on x-axis, another lying is on what? Y-axis, right? So if I draw a circle, right, passing through this 3 points, let's say this point is what? Minus root 2 alpha comma 0 and this point be what? 0 comma root 3 beta, right? So now if I join these 2 points, this 2 points A and B has to be the diameter, right? And distance between the diameter points will be how much? Double of the radius. So what I can say, root of distance between AB will be how much? AB will be 2 alpha square plus 3 beta square should be equal to twice of radius, which is 2 into 4. So if I square this, I'll be getting one relation between alpha and beta. 2 alpha square plus 3 beta square is equal to what? 8. Correct? Now, what they are asking, then the radius of the locus of the centroid of triangle OAB, right? So now we need to find the radius, locus of centroid. Let's assume the centroid to be what? H comma K. If I assume the centroid to be H comma K, what I can say, H is equal to, I can say H is equal to 0, this is origin, 0 plus minus root 2 alpha plus 0 by 3. So it will be getting minus root 2 alpha by 3 and K will be similarly 0 plus root 3 beta by 3. Right? So from here I will get minus root 2 alpha is equal to 3H and root 3 beta is equal to what? 3K. Right? If I square and add them, what will I get? I will get 2 alpha square plus 3 beta square is equal to 9h square plus 9k square, which is exactly the thing which we have got on this side. Right? If I plug in this thing here, what I will be getting? I will be getting 9h square plus this is 8 square. So 9h square plus 9k square is equal to 64. Now I'll replace this h with, x and k with y. So I will get x square plus y square is equal to 64 by 9. Now this is also an equation of a circle with radius what? 8 by 3. Right? So the answer for this will be how much? 2, 8 by 3. This is a very easy question from coordinate geometry, straight line part. We can also say it can be of circle also, straight line and circle combinedly. But this is a very easy questions. Now the next question, this is from 3D. What it is saying, a line passing through a point P which is perpendicular to these two lines, right? This line is perpendicular to these two lines. So let's say this line is L. Now the required line is perpendicular to these two lines. So what I will do, I will take a cross product of the direction ratios of these two given lines, right? So if I take a cross product, I'll get I, J, K, 1, 1, 0, 4, 1, 1, which is equal to I cap into 1 minus J cap into 1, right? Again, plus K cap into 1 minus 4, which is minus 3. So we have got the drs of the line, right? L. So if I write the equation of line L, L will be how much? The point given is what? 1, 1, 1, 1. So L will be x minus 1 upon 1, y minus 1 upon minus 1, and z minus 1 upon minus 3. Let equal it to equal to lambda. Right? Now what they are saying, this line L intersect the YZ plane at Q. So at YZ plane, what will be there? YZ plane, x will be equal to 0, right? The x coordinate of the point will be what? Equal to 0. So what I will do, if I find the point here, I will get lambda plus 1 minus lambda plus 1 and minus 3 lambda plus 1. Out of this, if this is 0, I'll get lambda equal to minus 1. If lambda is minus 1, I put it here, so I'll get the point Q to be what? 0, 2 and 4, right? I'll get 0, 2 and 4. Okay, and there is one more point given to be what? S10 minus 1. Another information given is that another line parallel to L and passing through S intersect another plane at point R. Now we don't have this plane, right? And what have they asked? They have asked that the square of the area of parallelogram PQRS. So there is no requirement of that line. What will I do? I will plot the diagram of a parallelogram PQRS. Out of this, we have this 3 point. P is how much? 1, 1, 1. Q we have already found, which is 0, 2, 4. And S is how much? S was given to be 1, 0, minus 1, right? So what will be this vector PQ? If I write A bar will be how much? 0 minus 1, which is minus I cap, 2 minus 1, which is j cap, and 4 minus 1, which is 3 jk cap, right? And if I say this is B bar, will be 1 minus 1, 0 I cap, 0 minus 1, which is minus j cap, and minus 1 minus this is minus 2 k cap, right? Now what will be the area of this parallelogram? Area of this parallelogram will be what? Mod of A bar cross B bar, which will be I cap, j cap, k cap. These vectors are how much? Minus 1, 1, 3, 0, minus 1, minus 2. So if I calculate this, I'll be getting minus 2 plus 3, which is 1, minus j, 2, plus k into 1. So if I calculate the mod of this, mod of A cross B is coming to be what? Root 6. But they have asked the square of the area. So the answer will be what? 6. Root 6 square will be how much? 6. So this was also a easy question, but little bit lengthy. Now this is a good question from complex number. What they are saying, let this is equal to 1 and this is equal to 3 by 5. Then omega satisfies both the equation, finds sigma omega square. Now we all know what is omega square. Omega square is nothing but mod of omega square, right? Now let's first solve these two equations. If I solve this two equation, if I take it this side, what will I get? I'll get z minus 6 iota is equal to z minus 2 iota. Now what is this? This is the equation of the perpendicular bisector of the line joining the 2 points. Which 2 points? 0, 2 iota and 0, 6 iota, which will be line y equal to 4. The line will be what? Y equal to 4. And if I solve this one, for this, if I write x minus 8 plus y plus 2 iota upon x plus y plus 2 iota whole modulus is equal to given to be what? 3 by 5. Right? If I solve, we already know the value of y. Y is how much? 4. So if I put 4 here, I'll be getting, and taking 5 here, I'll be getting 5 into x minus 8 plus 6 iota is equal to 3 into mod of x plus 6 iota. Right? Now how will I solve this? I will just square on both the side. So if I square on both the side, I'll be getting 25 equal to x minus 8 square plus 36 is equal to 9 into x square plus 36. Now this I'll be getting a quadratic from here whose roots, if you solve, it will be getting x to be 8 and 17. Right? So we'll be getting 2 points. What are those 2 points? One will be 8 plus 6 iota, another will be 17 plus 6 iota. right? So if I take the modulus of this two and find the value, this will be how much? 385. Now the next question. This is a very easy question from binomial theorem. What it is saying? 1 upon 25 factorial, 1 upon 23 factorial into 3 factorial. If you see, both of the sum is how much? 26. So what I'll do, I will multiply both sides with what? 26 factorial. So I'll be getting 26 factorial divided by 23 factorial into 3 factorial plus 26 factorial into 21 factorial divided by 5 factorial. Now I'll be getting 26C1, 26C3 plus 26C5 plus so on till 26C25. Right? This is a sum of odd binomial coefficients, which will be equal to what? 2 to the power 26 minus 1, which will be 2 to the power 25. Now what they have asked? They have asked 13s equal to something. So what is the value of alpha plus beta? So if what is the value of s I am getting? S I am getting to be how much? 2 to the power 25 divided by 26 factorial. Correct? Now if I solve this, I'll be getting 2 to the power 25, 26 into 25 factorial, right? And they have asked us 13s. So if I multiply with 13 on both the side, I'll be getting 13 into this cancels. So I'll be getting 2 to the power 24 upon 20 cancel. So now I'll be getting alpha. If I compare, alpha will be 24 and beta will be how much? Beta will be 25. And what have they asked? They have asked us alpha plus beta. So alpha plus beta will be how much? 49. Right? This is a very easy question from binomial theorem. So we have solved this. Now let's do the next one. Now this is the question from area under the curve. We are seeing we are getting at least one question in each paper from area under the curve. What they are asked, let A1 be the area enclosed by y equal to x square plus 2 y axis and x plus y equal to 8. Right? So if I draw the diagram for this, I'll be getting a parabola like this. Right? And this is a line. So this line is like this. So which area they are talking about? They're talking about this area. Correct? If I find the intersection point of this line and this curve, this will be coming to be how much? 2, 6. Correct? So A1, if I need to find, this is the curve above and this is the curve below. So A1 will be equal to what? A1 will be integration of above curve, which is y equal to 8 minus x minus the curve below, which is the parabola. It will be how much? X square plus 2 dx from 0 to 2. Correct? Now 8 minus 2 will be how much? 6. 6 minus x square dx. If I do the integration, I will be getting 6x minus x square by 2 minus x cube by 3, 0 to 2. After putting the limits, I will be getting 12 minus 4 by 2 is 2 minus 8 by 3, which will be 10 minus 8 by 3, which will be 24 minus 8, which is 16 by 3. Correct. Now let's find A2. Okay. Now what is A2? A2 is the area by the same parabola and another parabola y square equal to x. If I draw another parabola y square equal to x, it will be something like this. Right? And y-axis and the line x equal to 2. So there is no intersection of this parabola, the yellow parabola and the red parabola. But if I draw the line x equal to 2, you will find this area. Right? This is the area which we are looking for, A2. So to find A2, what will I do? A2 for A2, which is the curve above, this is the curve, the first parabola minus this parabola from 0 to 2, right? So A2 will be how much? Integration of 0 to 2 x square plus 2 minus y square equal to x will become what? Root x. So minus root x dx, right? If I integrate this, I'll be getting x cube by 3 plus 2x minus x to the power 3 by 2 into 2 by 3, limit 0 to 2, right? If I put the limit in this, I'll be getting 8 by 3 plus 4 minus 2 root 2 into 2 by 3. Now they have asked us the value of a1 minus a2. If we subtract this value and this value, the answer will get to be how much? Option 2. All right. So let's see the next question. This was again an easy question from area under the curve, just little bit lengthy. Now this is a question from limits. What it is saying? Limits and continuity. So they have said that fx is continuous at x equal to 0. Then what is f0? We know that f0, if it is continuous, it will be equivalent to what? Limit x tending to 0 f of x, right? Now what is this? This is fx. So I'll find limit basically. So if I find the limit x tending to 0 fx is equal to limit x tending to 0. Now what I'll do, I'll separate these two terms, right? So if I separate this part and this part will cancel, and what will be left with? E to the power x, right? And then we'll have plus ln sec x plus 10x minus x upon 10x minus x, right? Now x tending to 0, this will be easily becoming what? E to the power 0, which is 1. So this part is done. Now we have the other part, limit x tending to 0, right? If I put 0 in this one, sec 0 is how much? 1. Tan 0 is how much? 0. So 1 plus 0, this will be ln 1, which is 0, and this is also 0. So 0 minus 0 upon 0 minus 0. So it is what? We can apply L'Hopital rule in this, right? So I will differentiate the numerator and the denominator. So I will be getting 1 upon sec x plus tan x because of ln derivative. Derivative of sec x will be how much? Sec x into tan x plus sec square x minus 1 upon derivative of tan x will be how much? Sec square x minus 1, right? Now from here we can take sec x common. After taking sec x common, we'll get one term of sec x plus tan x, which will cancel out. So we'll be having 1 plus limit x tending to 0 sec x minus 1 upon sec x minus 1 and sec x plus 1. What I have been doing? I have factorized this as a square minus b square, a minus b, a plus b. Now this term will cancel out. If I just put x equal to 0 in this, I'll be getting 1 plus 1, 2. So 1, this 1 plus half, which will be how much? 3 by 2. Okay. Now let's see the next question. Okay. Now I'll ask physics sirs to take the next questions. Okay. Thank you, sir.
Okay, so hello everyone. My name is Vishal Sarwa and I'm physics faculty at Resonance Chola branch. So compared to the last yesterday's night shift, this is very easy paper compared to the previous paper. So all the questions were formula based and directly you can solve. Okay, so first question we have from friction. So for the given arrangement, find the value of F in Newton so that body C moves with constant velocity. Okay. So this mu is given 0.5, this mu is given 0.5, this mu is 0. Basically, there is no friction between the ground and C block. Okay, so the question says that all the blocks are moving with constant velocity. So this is moving with constant velocity. So these upper blocks are also moving with constant velocity. Now there is no relative acceleration between A and B. So basically they both are moving with same velocity towards left. Okay. Now we know that there will be some tension in the string. Now if C block is moving towards right, friction on C block due to AB block will be in left direction. And now because there is a relative motion, so this friction is not static, this is kinetic friction. So let's say Fk. Now direction of friction on B will be in backward direction. Now if C is moving with V velocity constant, so AB is also moving with velocity V. Now that means if we draw FBD, A and B will behave like a single block. So it is 10 kg block. Towards right force is T, towards left force is friction. Now there is no acceleration, that means tension is equals to friction. Now what is the value of friction? Friction will be mu 0.5 and weight which is 100. So equals to 50 Newton. So tension is also equals to 50 Newton. Okay. Now if we talk about C block, so draw the FBD of C. Towards right force is F, towards left one is tension and one is friction force. Now friction and tension are equal, so our force will be twice of tension, so basically 100 Newton. So it's a simple question, there is no much calculation, but the logic was if they are moving with constant velocity, so all the forces will be balanced. So now you can directly solve. Okay, so answer will be 100 Newton. Okay, if we move to the next question. Okay, so next question is from units and dimensions. So question is match the two leads given below. Okay, so first is magnetic flux. Okay, so now we know that magnetic flux phi equals to B into A, where A is the area and B is the magnetic field. So to calculate dimension of magnetic field, we can use the equation of force F equals to I, L and B. So B will be F into I, L. So dimension of B will be, force will be M1, L1, T minus 2, I will be in ampere and L will be L1. So magnetic field will be M1, L0, T minus 2 and A minus 1. So phi will be B into A. So multiply area. So it will become N1, L2, T minus 2, A minus 1. So M1, L2, T minus 2, A minus 1. M1, L2, T minus 2, A minus 1. So A will be 2. If we see the option A3, A1, A2. And magnetic induction we have already calculated. M1, L0, T minus 2, A minus 1. So C4. Okay, A2 and C4. So option 1 is the answer. Now if you want to check other, so let's say magnetic permeability. So we know that B will be mu naught I L by R square. So L square. So dimension for mu naught will be B L by I. So we know for B, we know for L, we know for I. You can easily calculate. And for self induction, if you want to calculate, so we know that energy will be half L I square. So L will become dimension of energy divided by I square. Basically, if you can solve any one of the quantities, you can easily get A2, C4. So option 1 is the correct answer. Okay, easy question. If we move to the next. Okay, next question from prism. Even like almost all the shift have the same question in form of prism. A light ray incident on a prism such that deviation is minimum. Okay, minimum deviation condition is given. The angle of incidence on second surface is critical angle. Find the prism angle. So basically we have to find the value of A. So now if R2 is critical angle, so we know that sine R2 equals to N2 by N1, critical angle condition. So N by 2 divided by N. So it will become 1 by 2. So R2 will be 30 degree. Now what is the condition for minimum deviation angle? It is that A equals to 2 R1 or R2. Basically if this ray is parallel to the base of the prism, then this condition is true. So A will be 2 into 30. So answer will be 60 degree. Again easy question. So option 1 is the correct answer. Okay, next question. So next question is from meter bridge. So diagram is given. Okay, if S is closed, null point shift by 25 centimeter, find the value of resistance X. So initially this X is not connected to the circuit. So let's say some length was initial length, this is L. So we know that condition will be 2 by L equals to 3 by 100 minus L. It's a meter bridge, the total length is 100. So when we solve, we will get L equals to 40 centimeter. Now, when we connect S, let's say now S is connected, so X and 3 ohm are in parallel combination. So we know that in parallel combination, the resultant resistance is lower than the individual resistance. That means this value will decrease. So this length will increase. So now in the question it is given, it is shift by 25 centimeter. That means L prime will be L plus 25, because this length will increase and this length will decrease. Okay, so our L prime will become 65 centimeter. Now again solve. So 2 by L prime. Now let's say resultant resistance is R equilibrium. So R equilibrium by L prime is 65. So directly you can write 65 and this will become 35. So R equilibrium will be 70 by 65, or if you cancel out by 5, it will be 14 by 13. Now in parallel combination, what will be R equilibrium? 3 into X divided by 3 plus X equals to 14 by 13. So now solve. It is 39X equals to 14X plus 42. So 25X equals to 42. So X will be 42 by 15 ohm. So answer will be above 1. So answer is 1. Option 1, 1.68. Easily you can solve by using all these formulas. Okay, next question. So next question is from modern physics. So velocity of electron in nth shell of hydrogen atom. Okay, Z is given 1. In atom is 3 into 10 to the power 5 meter per second, and velocity of electron in mth shell is 2.5 meter per second, 2.5 into 10 to the power 5 meter per second. Question is find the ratio of radius of m shell to nth shell. So we know that if Z equals to 1, so velocity is proportional to 1 by n and radius is proportional to n square. So now we know that V n by Vm will be m by n. So now ratio of velocities will be 3 by 2.5. 3 by 2.5. So when you simplify, it will be 6 by 5. Now Rn is proportional to n square. So we need ratio of m by n. So Rm by Rn equals to m square by n square. So m by n is 6 by 5. So m square by n square will be 36 by 25. So option number 4 is the correct answer. Again simple formula based question, you can easily get plus 4 marks. Next question is, okay, so it's from ray optics compound microscope. Microscope focal length of objective lens is 2 centimeter. So FO is 2 centimeter. Focal length of eyepiece is 5 centimeter. FE is given. Tube length is given 10 centimeter. Magnification of normal adjustment is 5x. Find the value of x. So we know that formula for magnification in compound microscope, M will be D into L FE F naught. So D will be 25 centimeter. We already know. So 25 into length is given 10 centimeter. FE is 5 and FO is 2. So 5 and 2 cancel, it will be 25. Now the question is, it is equal to 5x. So compare 25 equals to 5x. So x will be 5. So the value of x will be 5. Again simple formula based question, no, not so much calculations. Okay, so next question is from semiconductor. Okay, Zener diode. So for the given circuit, breakdown voltage of Zener diode is 10 volt. Okay. Now it can withstand the power dissipation of 0.4 watt. Power of Zener diode is also given. Find the value of resistance R in ohm. So R we have to find. Okay. So if we see, voltage around Zener diode cannot be more than 10 volts and power will be 0.5 volts. So what is the maximum current? So current in Zener diode will be P by V. So P is 0.4 and volt will be 10. So basically 1 by 25 ampere. So current in the circuit should be Iz equals to 1 by 25 ampere. Now if 10 volt is dissipated around Zener diode, so how much volts are dissipated around R is 15 minus 10, so 5 volt. Okay, so we know that V equals to IR. So for R minimum equals to V by I max. So maximum I which can withstand by Zener diode is 1 by 25 ampere. Now voltage dissipation around R is 5. So when you solve, it will be 1.25 ohm. So minimum value of R will be 125 ohm. Again, formula based question, you can easily get plus 4 marks. Now next. Okay, so now I would like to request Zakir sir for the analysis of the physics paper. Sir.
Thank you, Vishal, for the opportunity. And let's get started with the analysis. The physics as paper you have seen just now, the paper was sort of like easy. There were some calculation, but in only in some of them. And the questions were, you just need to understand what the question is asking, because all you are gonna get is like 4 or 5 kind of like a calculation. 4 or 5 questions are kind of like calculation. So let's see here. First of all, the distribution of the question regarding the classes, and then we will see regarding the easy, medium, and then individual topic we will talk about it. So looking at this thing, we can see here 11th 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 5. Okay, that is seems like unsymmetric compared to what we got in the previous shifts. So that the 11th and 12th were kind of like a balance. Here in this one they are not. As you can see, there are like 5 questions we got out of 19 questions from 11th class, which means for this one, yeah, it feels like a little betrayal, because we got more 12th than 11th here. So obviously this is like 14 are from 12th, even though I'm counting one of the thing here. Let's say this, right? Unit dimension, this thing, unit dimension. Even though you just saw sir solving this unit dimension question, which was mostly asking the magnetic stuff like magnetic flux, magnetic intensity, we even counted that thing as a 11th. Even then it's like a 5, which means for this paper looks like the trend is changing. You have to kind of like pay attention to more 12th class topic rather than the 11th one. Now let's see what kind of questions, what kind of topic we got from the 12th. So 12th, we got 1, 2, 3. I mean, you don't have to count 14 hours there. So what we see here is there's a atomic physics, which is basically the modern physics here. And then modern physics occur one more time, which means we got 2 questions. Let's see any other modern physics we got here. Yup, we got third one. So there were 3 modern physics questions. This is following the same pattern as the previous shift and the previous days as well. That modern physics is happening a lot. So make sure you complete that thing. And I mean modern physics 1 and 2, which is also known as nuclear and atomic physics. Now coming back to another which is most important, which is kind of like see occurring a lot, is ray optics. Now people did not expected that the compound microscope will occur again, but it seems like even the end topics are not left behind. They are going to happen here, and ray optics is getting another thing here, which is prism and TIR. Now if you had followed this channel, you have seen me saying this thing, that the ray optics is kind of like occurring a lot with the prism. Sometime lens prism, sometime prism alone, sometime prism and microscope. So prism questions are kind of like occurring a lot, so do pay attention. And we did said this thing last time, that the semiconductor question is gonna stick with every shift, and it's look like it's being true, like a prophecy here. We got a Zener diet. This is a little bummer because we were expecting sort of like a logic gate, but Xenodiode is also one of the last topic of the semiconductor as well. So we got Xenodiode here. Other than that, we saw the traditional one, electrostatics occurring twice, current electricity one time. Now there is a wildcard entry. We did not expected the AC to be here, but it seems like alternating current is here, which means the next shift may tilt toward this thing as well. And they ask not a very tough question. They ask simply what would be the power factor. Other than that, we got electromagnetic wave, which was asked in the other shift as well. So overall I would say is they heavily tilts toward the end topic of 12th class, which are really simply formula based. So just revise them, do not leave them just because they are at the end of the thing. If you do this, my guarantee is you can easily crack up to 60 plus marks if you just see the formula on the surface level. And if you're patient, and if you made the short notes, if you did the preparation well for 2 years or maybe just one as a long term student, you can easily do 20 question within 45 minutes and save time for other subjects like maths and chemistry. So there you go, that's regarding the physics analysis. Now I would welcome maths sir to do the maths paper analysis.
Thank you, sir. So we'll see 2 more questions of mathematics and then we'll do the analysis of maths. Okay. Let's start with the first question, which is from ellipse. Okay, this is a bit lengthy questions. What it is saying, there are 2 ellipses given. Both of its eccentricities are equal, right? And how much it is equal to 4 by 5, right? And there is a relation given between their lattice rectum. Okay, and distance between the foci of E1 is how much? 8. Then distance between the foci of E2 is equal to what? Okay, so if distance between the foci is equal to 8, I can say 2AE1 is equal to how much? 8, right? And we have the eccentricity to be how much? 4 by 5. So I'll write 2A into 4 by 5 is equal to 8. So I'll get A to be how much? 4, 2 cancel with 8. A to be how much? 5, right? If we have A and if we have eccentricity, I can get B, right? So what will be the B square for the first ellipse? It will be B square equal to what? A square 1 minus E square. What is A? A is 5, so it will be 25 into 1 minus E is 4 by 5, so it will be 16 by 25. So I'll be getting how much? B square to be what? 9. If I have B square to be 9, the relation what they have given is 2L1 square equal to 9 into L2. So 2 times of what is L1? 2B square by A. B square is 9 by A, which is 5 whole square, is equal to 9 times of L2, which is 2 into B square by A, capital A, right? Capital B upon capital A. So now if I expand this, what I'll be getting? I'll be getting 2 into 2 into 2 into 9 into 9 upon 25 is equal to 9 times of 2, right? These B square I can write it as what? A square 1 minus E2 square, right? Now A square, this will be written as what? A square 1 minus E2 square. So this and this cancel. So I'll be left with A, right? A into 1 minus E2 square is how much? 16 by 25, which will be again becoming what? 9 by 25, right? So from here 25 and 25 cancel, 9 and 9 will cancel with this 9, 9, and this 2 will cancel this. So I'll be getting capital A to be how much? 4. I have capital A to be how much? 4. Now what have they asked? They have asked distance between the foci of ellipse E2, which will be how much? 2A into E2, which will be 2 into 4 into E2 is how much? 4 by 5, which will be 32 by 5. Right? A bit lengthier one, but it was not very difficult or difficult also. I can say a bit lengthy or moderate. Right? Now let's see the last question. What the last question is saying, out of 100 bulbs, 10 are defective and 90 are non-defective. This is a question from probability binomial distribution, right? If there are 10 defective and 90 non-defective, so what will be the probability of getting a defective bulb? It will be 10 upon 100, right? And what will be the probability of getting non-defective bulb will be what? 90 upon 100, which will be 1 by 10. And probability of non-defective will be how much? 9 by 10. Now what have they asked? If the probability of finding 7 defective bulbs out of 8 draws, 7 defective bulbs out of 8 draws is how much? K upon 10 to the power 8. So probability of getting 7 defective bulbs will be how much? 8C7, right? Defective to the power 1 upon 10 to the power what? 7 into non-defective, which will be 9 upon 10. So it will be 8 into 9 into 1 upon 10 to the power 8, which is 72 upon 10 to the power 8. Correct? So if I compare with the given value, which is K upon 10 to the power 8, it is matching. And what is the value of K? K is to be how much? 72. So the answer for this question is how much? 72. So this was a very easy question from probability. Now let's do the analysis of the paper. This paper was somewhere around easy to moderate, right? Now we have got 2 questions from trigonometry in this paper. And in the previous paper also we have seen, we have got at least 1 question from trigonometry. So trigonometry is very important from this time. And we are getting in each of the shift, we are getting 1 question of at least statistics, mean and variance. So please practice the students, remaining student shift. Please practice 1 question of statistics, right? Now, apart from it, we are getting 1 question of matrix also. In this paper, we have got to know 1 question of complex number also from this paper, right? And area under the curve also is coming in every exam, in every shift, right? Now let's analyze how many questions have come from 11th. So if from 11th, we'll see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, right? So out of the 16 questions, we have got 7 questions from 11th, right? Remaining 9 will be from 12th, right? So paper is quite balanced. We have got equal number of questions somewhere around from 11th and 12th. And none of the questions we can see it is from difficult side. Most of the questions are easy or moderate, right? So let's see how many questions are easy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So half of the paper exactly will be considered as easy. It's not difficult, just formula based, or if you have practiced even of board level also, it is quite fine. So 8 questions were easy, right? And remaining 8 were moderate. A bit lengthier one, that's why we have given moderate. Otherwise, there was no new concept applied in this any of the chapters, right? The paper was considered to be moderate, and you can expect somewhere around 60 marks in maths to be around 99 percentile. All right. Now I'll call chemistry ma'am for doing the analysis of chemistry paper.
Hello, so let's talk about the last set today's of chemistry question. So let's see what's the first question we are having. Given below are 2 statements, statement 1 and statement 2. So let's see, this question is from the inorganic chemistry. So from inorganic part, what we are having is atomic radius is always more than ionic radius. Now when we say about ionic radius, right? When we talk about the ionic radius, so there are 2 types of ions. What are the 2 types of ions? We are having the positive ions and the negative ions. And if I'll say atomic radius, that is my neutral species. So neutral species is what? Smaller than the anion and larger than the cation, right? So this statement I will say it is wrong. Not all ionic radius, atomic radius is always more than not all ionic radius. So the second statement, the correct order of the metallic character. Now if I talk about the metallic character, top to bottom increases and left to right decreases. So potassium is the highest, correct, then magnesium, then aluminium, and then boron. So second statement seems to be correct. Now see, this is from the periodic table and the level is really easy. So let's choose our answer. Answer is statement 1 is incorrect and statement 2 is correct. Easy question, periodic table question, and this time NTA has really focused on the periodic table and chemical bonding. Let's go to the next question. Okay, so the next question is exactly from the physical chemistry and that to the thermodynamic part, but very easy question, right? Memory based question I can say. Like, so if I talk about the free expansion, I think everyone knows free expansion is work done is equals to 0. Hence option 3 matches with A. Right? Reversible isothermal, irreversible isothermal. So we know reversible isothermal pressure is not constant, irreversible pressure is constant. So here I know reversible answer will be 4th one. So 4th one will be B and C will be 1. C will be 1. Adiabatic Q equal to 0. Hence CV. So this will be the option 4. So if I look at it, so A is matching with 3. A is matching with 3. if these are the options actually came in the exam, so this is really very easy. Only option 2 is having the A, option 3 matching with, right? So I think this is a very easy question for you. Even if you know one or two things, you can get the question. Next, again, if you'll ask me, I'll give it easy tag only. Next, okay, so let's see what's the next question. Non-volatile solute A of mass 0.3 gram and non-volatile solute B of mass 0.9 gram. This time we are seeing the solution questions in each and every shift most probably, right? So solution is very important, as if I'll see about the April session one. So non-volatile solute, non-volatile it is saying, so both are non-volatile, right? But it is asking elevation in boiling point. So what's the formula of elevation is boiling point? Delta TB is equals to KB into M. What is KB given to me? KB given to me is directly 0.52. So I have to do little much working on to find the value of molality. What is molality? Total moles divided by weight of solvent in kg. So what is weight? Weight of solvent. So what is the solvent? Solvent given here is H2O. H2O given is 100 ml. Now density is not given, so we will consider it as 1. So I can say it is 100 gram. I can say it is 100 gram. So 100 gram in kg comes out to be how much? 0.1 kg, right everyone? So let's find out the total moles. Total moles will come from the moles of A as well as moles of B. So what is moles of A? Moles of A is equals to mass of A divided by molecular mass, that is 60, which comes out to be 0.005. Then moles of B is 0.9 is the given mass divided by molecular mass is 180. So 180 we'll divide, and again we will get the 0.005. If I'll add both the values, so the total moles comes out to be how much? 0.01. 0.01 is the total moles. So let's put it here, 0.01. What I will get? 0.1 molality. 0.1 I will put here, and I will got my answer 0.052. Understood? So I think this is an easy question. Calculation was very easy, no heavy calculation, and simply formula based question. Nothing it has didn't confused you with the I value and everything, right? So direct formula based question, non-volatile, it has mentioned very properly. Okay, so going to the next question. The solution contained two groups, 4 cations, X2 positive and Y2 positive, each at an initial concentration. Okay, so the next question again from the physical chemistry, that is from the ionic equilibrium part. Ionic equilibrium part, S gases pass through the solution to form a saturated solution given. Okay, so I have to what I have to tell them, what is the minimum concentration of sulfide ion? So I have to tell the minimum concentration of sulfide ion here. So let's find it out. If I am having this YS, so YS will break into Y2 positive plus S2 negative. If I talk about KSP, KSP will be the concentration of Y2 plus multiply by S2 negative. So KSP of YS is given, that is 2 into 10 to the power minus 27, and Y2 positive concentration is also given, that is 0.1 molar, right? S2 negative. So if I find the concentration of S2 negative, it will be 2 into 10 to the power minus 26. Simple, very simple calculation. Now option 1 is the correct answer. The correct answer is option 1. So many extra data is given in the question. If you can eliminate, then if you can identify, then again I think easy one only. Okay, so the next question, inorganic chemistry, that is from the coordinate compounds, right? Coordination compounds. What is the hybridization and spin only magnetic moment? I feel concept task is easy only, and complex given is also easy, right? So this is a complex given to me. So if I'll find out the oxidation number of cobalt, so it comes out to be x plus 0 plus minus 3. So x comes out to be plus 3. That means cobalt is in plus 3 oxidation state. Plus 3 oxidation state means 4s0 3d6, as 27 is the atomic number. So 4s0 3d6 is the configuration. Now if I talk about the D configuration, 3D configuration. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is the 3D configuration. 4s 4p is also available here, right? So what is the ligand here? CO. Now CO is a strong field ligand, as we know, so it will do the pairing. This will shift here and this will also shift here. So after the pairing, the scenario will be something like this. And the ligand will donate its electron to these orbital, that is D2sp3. So it is D2sp3 hybridization. So answer will be either option 1 or 3. So let's check how many unpaired electron. Unpaired electron are 0. 0 unpaired electron, diamagnetic. Diamagnetic means 0 Bohr magneton. 0 Bohr magneton, that is option 1. That is option 1. I think again for my part this is easy only, but let's say okay, you have to solve it little much, so let's take it to the little moderate level. Okay, next question. What are having? Minimum energy transition of Balmer series. Having a minimum energy of atomic atom has energy L eV, electron volt. If the value of minimum energy of Lyman series, Balmer series, Lyman series, hydrogen atom in terms of L, Y, then the value of 10Y. Okay, so now in this time you need to be really chill mode to get this, to absorb this question properly. If you did that, then again I think it is good question, right? So atomic structure question it comes from. If I talk about the energy, so what is energy? Energy we can say here is L, right? So energy will be the R 1 by n1 square minus 1 by n2 square, right? So if I talk about the Balmer series, what is Balmer? N is equals to 3 to n is equals to 2. So it comes out to be 13.6, 1 by 4 minus 1 by 9, which comes out to be 13.6 multiplied by 5 by 36, correct? Right. Next, we are having is E2. E2 it is Lyman series. Lyman series is n is equals to 2 to n is equals to 1. N equal to 2 to n equal to 1. So it will be 13.6. 13.6, 1 by 1 ka square minus 4. So it comes out to be 13.6, 3 by 4. 3 by 4, correct? So E2 by E1, right? Next what I am having is E2 by E1. E2 by E1 what I am having? E2 13.6, 3 by 4. What is E1? 13.6, 36 by 5, correct? 27 by 5 is the answer. So this is Y. Y was E2 by E1. So this is Y. Y is equals to 27 by 5. But this is not ours. What ours is 10Y. So 10Y is equals to 10 into 27 by 5, which is 54. So the answer here will be 54. So the answer here will be 54. Okay, we can say according to the calculation part and little much you have to, formula is a direct formula, but okay, when you are solving it, so it is little lengthy one. So find percent of nitrogen in 0.5 organic compound which gives 34 ml N2 at 715 mmHg pressure and 300 Kelvin. Aqueous tension is 15 mmHg. Okay, so this time Dumas method, estimation of nitrogen. Again, one more question from that part, quantitative analysis. This time it is giving at least one question from quantitative analysis in 90% of the session. So please remember this for the April one, right? Okay, let's do this. So it is very easy. Percentage of nitrogen. What is percentage of nitrogen? Volume of nitrogen in STP divided by 8 into mass of organic compound. 8 into mass of organic compound. What is mass of organic compound given? 0.5. It is here, right? Let's quickly find out the volume. How to find out volume? P1 V1 by T1 is equals to P2 V2 by T2. What I have taken here, these are the condition at STP and these are the conditions given, right? So quickly put the values. What is P1? P1 at STP is 760. Volume you have to find out at STP. T1 is 273, right? At STP it is 273. Now let's put the value of P2. So P2, what's the pressure is given? 715. But after, because the aqueous tension is also there, so you need to remove the aqueous tension. What the value will come is 700. So 700 into volume. What the volume is given to you? 34, right? So temperature T2. T2 is given 300 Kelvin. Temperature is given 300 Kelvin. When you solve the entire value, volumes comes out to be 28.49. 28.49, right? So I'm putting this value 28.49. I have done my part of calculation. When you do your part of calculation, it approximately comes out to be 7%. It approximately comes out to be 7%. So Dumas method, direct question. Okay, but still we have put it in moderate level. Next question, I think this is the last question of the today's session. Find the value of log K, catalyst by K and catalyst at 300 Kelvin. Again, one more question from chemical kinetics, again from Arrhenius equation. Repeated topic, repeated chapter. Chapter repeats, okay, fine, but topic is also repeating, that is interesting, right? So moderate level question it is, but I found easy only because this is what? Formula based only. K2 by K1, change in activation energy, RT. But because the question has talked about the log, so log K2 by K1, it has said us that we have to take value 2.31. So delta EA divided by 2.31 RT. Let's quickly put the values. It is 10 kilojoule. Kilojoule means I have to convert it into joules, divided by 2.31 multiplied by, R value is also given in the question, that is 8 joules, multiplied by temperature. What is the temperature is given to us? 300 Kelvin. 300 Kelvin temperature is given to us. The value approximately comes out to be 2, 1.75, which is approximately 2. So nearest integer answer will be 2. So I don't think so that questions are coming, concepts are really basics, NCERT basics questions are coming, but you have to be very quick to solve them. So your basics really need to be clarified, right? So now I invite Gayatri ma'am for a quick analysis of today's session.
Yes,
Hello
Komal.
ma'am. Once again I am with you because your predictions always prove to be very correct. So this time, according to today's analysis, I want to ask you two major questions. Major questions, like only 3 sessions are left. So what we are expecting in next 3 sessions, and how much questions are repeating topics coming in the exam?
Yes, Komal. As you have seen since 21st of this month, we've been observing the questions which are repeated from the same topics, of the same chapters too. And here we have seen equal balancing between 11th and 12th standard also. Students who are also thorough with the 11th standard can do much better job also. And the second year topics, the organic questions, in the last 3 days, we have seen about 8 questions to 6 to 8 questions, which are all sequence oriented. But today we have seen questions which are related to practical organic chemistry and purification and the basic organic chemistry, like order of stabilities, etc., which was not that much in the last 3 days. So today we have seen less of sequence reactions, so we can expect in the afternoon shift also, and even on 28th, to go through the fundamentals of GOC. All the students do not neglect organic chemistry, because the weightage of organic chemistry is increased since the last previous years. Secondly, the topics like thermodynamics and chemical equilibrium, ionic equilibrium, the depth is never asked in this session. Here all formula oriented questions, and thermodynamics we have seen so peripherally simple matchings are asked. Students can eliminate the options and go for thermodynamics, because as such thermodynamics for the students is usually a nightmare because of calculations and different concepts of first law of second law of thermodynamics. So that way, students need not panic with respect to such topics. And one more thing I wish to say is practical inorganic chemistry. They should go for the practical inorganic chemistry. Every time we are seeing the questions related to the practical inorganic questions. So either by identification questions or by simple organic practical organic chemistry also. So that area, either by qualitative analysis or quantitative analysis, they are focusing one question per shift and sometimes even two. So it is not been considered to be or rather neglected because it is 8 marks for their total adding. And next you can also see solutions chapter. Every time they are asking 2 questions from solutions chapter, that too merely from colligative properties.
Okay, so this time, ma'am, some of my students were saying paper was difficult, right? Some of them are finding paper difficult. So can we say that this time NTA is crafting questions very, very, very smartly?
Yes.
Concepts are very basics, but they are asking a huge concept, like huge things in one question only.
Yes, the
Coordination.
language of chemistry is actually important in this. So when they understand the question properly, only they can reach or to the correct option. Otherwise, they cannot expect the STEM which they have prepared. The methodology is changed now. The question are easy, but the way they ask, NTA, as you said, the stem of the question is entirely different nowadays. So students should learn how to understand the language of chemistry so that they can gain meta marks.
So I think for the mains level, with the knowledge, attitude is also very important right now because
Yes.
concepts are basic, but statement question, they are crafted really smartly, right, ma'am?
Yes.
Okay. So now as we know that 80% of our students are done with their sessions.
Exams, yes.
So very few students are left with the session. So mostly students are looking for the April session. Do you have any quick suggestion for the April session student?
Thing is, you need to plan in a proper way so that you can get better score. You need to cross 22 and above. So if you want to increase the percentile for the next shift or next session in the April, students should focus on practical organic chemistry and inorganic chemistry also. And please focus on 5 major topics, namely periodic table, chemical bonding, colligative properties from solutions, and the coordination compounds. Coordination compound, they are asking 2 to 3 questions per shift. So 12 marks is just added only on focusing CFT, crystal field theory, which is always being asked. So students try to prepare well from the chapter. And D block also, that is the next 5th chapter. I would say D block is continuously asked 1 or 2 questions. So please prepare well from these chapters. You can get better marks by getting correct answers for these questions. All right.
Okay.
And you can see today we have done almost 20 questions in chemistry. In the 20 questions, you can see 9 questions were asked from 11th class and remaining 11 questions were asked from 12th class. So whatever the memory based questions we have received, I think we have helped them to try to catch up for the next exams, that is the afternoon shift as well as in the next 28th date.
Okay.
All right.
So I'll bind up this session by saying that chemistry was really scoring, doable, but your attitude is what that matters. You need to be really calm and very clear with your basic concepts, and you can score easily 7 to 18 questions in the exam. So from my side, all the very best for the upcoming student, all on the ma'am, please.
One more thing, Komal, which
Yes,
I want
ma'am.
to tell you is, students were already, whenever they were preparing, they had a phobia for learning the colors of the complexes, learning the colors of the precipitates in the inorganic chemistry. So till now, we have not even seen a single question related to that pattern of questions. So nothing to worry. They are asking conceptual questions only, even if it is an inorganic question, but it is not purely memory based, but it is a conceptual memory. All right.
These are the things when you meet with so much year of experiences, that in one line ma'am made really easy things for you, because so many of you are very worried about the this color based questions. So this time there is no color based questions, but yes, biomolecules from NCERT and from quantitative analysis, you have to see it.
All right, thank you for the day. All the best for your next exam.
All the best, everyone.
రేపటి నుంచి నాకు తీసుకొచ్చుకుంటాను